overwhelming and very time-consuming. The AARP Foundation Paid for Care Hub can help. It's a free online tool developed with support from United Healthcare, where you can search compensation programs, explore your options, and get answers to frequently asked questions. Find out today if it's possible to be compensated for the time, effort, and care you're providing. Visit paidforcare.aarpfoundation.org to learn more.
Join the movement. Listen to the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, the locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Psst, we bout that action.
The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
Did you ever think that you would be in this position right now where your daughter would have some way lose her life?
I didn't want to believe it. All the times I called, sometimes the phone would ring and ring and ring for days. I didn't want to know that she had successfully committed suicide.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we stay in our cell. We get fed in our cell. We don't come out our cell at all, and that's pretty much the biggest problem. Like, they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tory? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother, Black Power, to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Yam, yam, pam, 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 jam, jam.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, wow.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. Hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Speak up, speak up, speak up to you both. Thank you so much. Tory, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering,
awesome.
Where's Tory? Like,
tell Tony, all aboard. It's okay to jump on the love train.
I'm not jumping on the love train.
We might got a couple seats left.
Listen, he ain't going to be, Jordan Love will not be the starter in 5 years.
Trash. That's a trash.
That's just my take.
Now you're trying to string it out.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Well, I'll need some apologies from the staff of 101.7.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute. I think the line's messing up. Hey, Eddie. Oh, I guess something happened with Eddie.
Hush up, boy.
And they have an agenda. And the agenda is a satanic one. I don't know why people don't talk about it. You can't talk.
Oh, they... Oh, yo, they just empty.
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cups. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm. stay focused.
Now, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
White people go crazy.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. Stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. And I'm here for the action.
And none but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How you doing, DJ Brother Z?
It's hump day.
And how y'all doing out there in Radio Land? Truth Nation. Thank you for joining me this May 28, 2025. We got another powerful show for y'all today. So I'm going to need y'all to open up your ears, okay? Hey, look, salute to everybody in the chat. I see Not Really a City Girl in the chat. Reginald, Kawanda, Ronnie. Hey, salute. You know how the chat be. Sometimes the chat be going off into their own conversation sometimes. Salute to everybody in the chat. Also joining me in studio as usual, Marquette Hall of Famer Tony Smith in studio.
What's popping?
Hey, how you doing, T. Smith?
Not good today.
Now look,
with this bad weather.
Wait a minute. The other day I saw you in the story. You was celebrating that it was nice out. You had a bowl of fruit.
I was.
You was enjoying
Feeling
yourself.
good, like, yeah.
You thought you was in Arizona.
No, I didn't think that.
You felt like it was in Arizona. It was nice.
At least the sun was out.
You started having flashbacks of being in Arizona because it was nice out.
Again, it wasn't that nice out. The sun was out, and I was like, okay, we're trending in the right direction here.
Then look
might
at
be
it.
65
Look what happened
sunny,
today.
And now it just went back to dog.
Well, me and DJ Brother Z been plotting because we gonna have to creep up on the guy that's controlling the weather here in Milwaukee. We think he suck. We think whoever operating the weather, whoever pushing the weather button around here, is mismanaging the weather. So we might have to spin the block on him. We might have to get rid of him. Or her, whoever it is. Because we need a couple days in a row. We need a couple days of nice weather so we can, it's like right when we think we can get outside.
A couple days? Man, it's already the end of May.
I'm just saying.
We need more than that.
But, I mean, we try to take what we can get in Milwaukee. It's Wisconsin.
But you know how it is, though. It looks like this weekend, it's going to be the day where it flips suddenly, and then it's just summer. It's going to like Friday or something, or Saturday, it's going to be 80, and then, okay, it's warm for now. That's when it's going to flip. There's always that one day where it just changes, and then that's it. It's like a flick of a switch. There's no gradual progression.
It's so drastic.
It's just a drastic change, and then bam, it's summer.
And you know, my grandma used to say, you know, the weather when they move around like this, you gonna get the pneumonia. Because you done went out there with no shirt on, it was hot, then the next day you thinking, okay, we in the summertime, but then this happens, and now you got to put back on a jacket because you can't go out there without, putting on more clothes or you're going to get sick.
Is that what she said?
Yeah, that's what she told me.
From the weather?
She said that when the weather changed drastically
not from
this.
touching people or nothing.
Well, that too.
From the weather.
That too. That can happen too. When you can touch folks and they can when they ain't sneezing in their elbow.
Because ain't nobody doing that. I don't even know I can reach my elbow. Hold on.
Hey,
that's close.
Hey, even though we know that
flexible.
The social distance didn't work, we need to get back. Hey, give me 6 feet. Before you sneeze on me.
You said 6 feet.
But
how about don't sneeze on me at all?
Well, hey,
go somewhere.
You know
Stay
what?
home if
You know what
sneezing.
I'm realizing, T. Smith?
What's that?
People ain't got no manners no more.
You think?
People ain't washing their hands no more. Ever since the government told them to stop washing their hands. I don't know if they told them to stop washing it. Once COVID was over with, once they cleared COVID, they went right back to they ain't washing their hands.
Right. Man, I'm like astounded by how many people like don't wash their hands after going to the bathroom. Like I'll be in the bathrooms and I just see dudes go in their bathroom and walk right out.
You know what?
I'd be like, bro, really?
I was at the Brewers game.
This is a
sick Negro.
You ain't gonna even look at the sink?
Man, just walk right out. Stay in a rush.
No intentions of looking at the sink.
Let me
The
tell you
bathroom
something.
door is opening before the toilet is done flushing.
Yeah, I mean, these dudes is crazy. I seen coming out of the stall, just head right for the door. I'm like, whoa. This kid was in the stall.
Hey, then what's crazy? You know what I'm seeing is that now when people wash their hands, they go grab the doorknob still. After that person that didn't wash
don't
their
even
hands,
have a door. They just have the little weave. You got to do the weave.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
You don't need.
you
no
didn't
door
messed
handles.
up. You didn't messed up the washing.
And now they got the foot handles.
You didn't touched on the handle.
Most of the doors got the foot handle on them too, which is very hard to use, by the way. But they still got them. I like the no doors where you just do a little weave around. But yeah, anything with the handle, nah. You got to grab some paper. I'm opening.
You ain't supposed to
paper.
touch it. You supposed to do like some tissue, and pull it open with the. I do. If I ain't got no tissue, I pull my sleeve up and try to
I just do.
Pull
if
it out.
Ain't no paper, and I use some toilet paper. I'm grabbing some kind of paper. I ain't touching the door.
But that's what I'm saying. You
You're
watch
seeing
it.
what I'm seeing.
So I'm watching people just. That's nasty. Just doing that,
Beyond
just being nasty.
Yes, it's baffling to me. Like
Then they want to hug you. Then they want to have.
want to dap you up,
shake your hand and all that.
I ain't
Oh
dapping
man,
nobody up. Get away from me. Here, I'll give you some elbow. Bam.
they scratching themselves now. I don't see the mannerisms no more. And I don't even try to shake hands no more. Either I do the fist, closed fist, and now you don't even know if you got to do that because somehow if you're nasty, ain't no telling what's on the fist.
My hand's wet. Here, you get an elbow. Bam. That's it.
Oh, you know what? I heard something about the elbow too.
About what?
I heard that it was something where in like some type of voodoo culture that if you hit somebody's elbow, they'll want you to bump elbows because you'll change destiny energies and stuff like that. It's weird. Like somebody was trying to go down this rabbit hole about bumping elbows.
Bump elbows.
And there's some culture where if you can bump elbows, they'll like if you had good luck that day or you was having a positive energy, they can bump your elbow and then you'll have their energy and they'll switch the energy. Like I said, that's crazy. Because I remember
to believe that.
I remember, yeah. I mean, if that's something that can happen, but
which is not.
I believe that it's a lot about sacred ideas that we don't even practice because we don't even believe in it. Like when people be in the basements with the candles and with the shapes on the ground, I don't believe in that.
I don't either.
So do it work on you if you believe it? I don't.
Probably not.
If you don't believe it,
If you don't believe it, I doubt it's working.
I don't believe it.
You got to actually believe it's going to work.
I had a friend
fall for it.
I had a friend said his girlfriend put the voodoo on
him. How?
I don't know.
Oh, ask him.
He said
get him on the phone.
Nah,
what happened?
Well, he at work right now, but what I'm saying is,
All right.
as a matter of fact, I should have him come on the show.
You should.
Because
I wanna know how you got the voodoo
I don't
put
know
on
if you
and
want to
what
tell
happened.
us, I didn't already I ain't say his name though, so he's still kind of safe. But what I'm saying is, you can put roots on folks. They said you could put the roots on folks. They said if you eat somebody's spaghetti, I remember my grandma used to tell me this stuff. Don't eat nobody's spaghetti.
Why is that?
Because they're going to put the love potion on you.
What?
You don't know about, don't eat nobody. You ain't never been told that? You ain't never been told don't eat nobody. DJ Brother Z, have you been told about don't eat nobody's spaghetti?
I've only learned through here.
Oh, so y'all could have got.
I've eaten people's spaghetti.
Oh, wow.
And I don't like spaghetti, so I probably wouldn't eat it.
I do. And I've eaten plenty of spaghetti.
Oh, wow.
Ain't had no problems, though.
Well, I'll say this. Y'all better be careful. Y'all, no wonder y'all was out there going crazy. Also, I was talking to somebody and they was talking about the street drugs, how they being laced with these different chemicals now. They, they got fentanyl and all kinds of stuff on it. It's, people used to think that weed was grown from the earth. You know what I mean? Natural.
Mm-hmm.
But now they spiking the weed with all kinds of different chemicals. And now it's making folks lose their mind out here. They going crazy. It's from smoking the weed.
Hey, well, something was going to happen when you were smoking the weed.
Well, what I'm saying is, I was trying to tell somebody, how you going to smoke something that got crystals on it? They now it's, it got the chemicals on there, and you don't even know what it is.
I don't know nothing about it. Sorry, can't help you. You got out of my pay grade there.
Hey, if you got young people in your family and they smoking this street weed, tell them say no to drugs, cause it's something wrong with the stuff out here. When we was coming up, they used to call it swag weed. I don't smoke weed.
Coming up.
When I was younger, they used to roll them joints. They used to it was more like different levels of weed. Like people told you what the level was, or they had a name for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like the swag weed that was just regular weed. They wasn't
Devil's lettuce.
The Reggie. They was always saying they had the Reggie. They gave me the Reggie.
What was that?
The regular, I guess.
Oh, the regular.
It was just natural weed without the spike on it, or without somebody doing some extra to it. I don't know, but I was around it. But all I'm saying is, with that concept,
the ganja,
nowadays, you got to be careful, because now this stuff that people smoking, they losing their minds.
What's
on the street drugs? Yeah,
what's
they
the
mixing
names you heard for it?
Well, I know they used to call it all kinds of stuff. Hydro. You seen how high?
The purple haze.
You seen how high with Red Man and Method Man? That's how it used to be. They used to try to grow it in the, it used to be scientific.
The famous Mary Jane.
And now, hey, I don't know what this is. Now this is gonna break you down.
Devil's lettuce is still the best nickname.
Sincere Ronnie Ray Real says, I just had this convo, T-Lo. You gotta be a special blank, so smoke street weed. Like, you don't even know where this even came from. Matter of fact, Liz sent me a post of a guy that was trying to explain how the federal government is paying all these snitches hundreds of millions of dollars. They supposed to be out here on the streets like they drug dealers. And now, when you pay somebody, you gotta make a list of it. So now the list coming out, hundreds of millions of dollars, all levels of government, the snitches getting paid. And the people who think that they're going to actually make a lot of money like back in the day, they're the ones that they're fattening up to take to prison, to kick in the door. So the snitches is making hundreds of millions of dollars.
Mm. A lot of snitches
through the law. Yeah, I mean, why would I have to struggle to make $200,000 on the street if I'm lucky, when I could just snitch on everybody and come away with like $500,000?
Mm.
That's what it looked like when you look at the payroll.
Snitching's dangerous business, my friend.
That's what it used to be. Now trying to do it real is a dangerous business because everybody telling.
Mm. Both dangerous.
All I'm saying is it used to be. Now I think people still think it's like the old way.
I ain't in it.
Well, I ain't in it either. I don't deal with that life. But I know when I look at payroll and the snitches is getting hundreds of millions of dollars, I know that game. I'm out.
Yeah, I can't do it.
You ever watch Blow at the end of Blow when he thought he was going to make his comeback and he got his old buddies and then they sat him up? Yeah, the movie Blow. It was about this dude that tried to take over Hollywood by selling drugs. And then at the end, so at the end, he came back around and they surrounded him at the table, all his buddies. And that's when he found out all his buddies at the table, he was the only one that wasn't a snitch.
Oh.
All his buddies was bought.
They all snitching on
That
him.
was back then. That was back in the 80s. So if it's 2025, what you think happened?
Well,
hey, say no to drugs.
Yeah. Start with that.
Say no to drugs. Hang tough.
Say no.
Hey, look, when we come back, T. Smith sent me a video that I want to listen to, and I got a question. Maybe I ask my question of the day. Maybe I could start it early today.
Yeah, started early.
The question of the day. When we come back, Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
It's stay off the weed.
And that's Tory Lowe bringing you all the action and all the smoke. 1017 The Truth and Associated Bank have teamed up for our Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, 4 lucky businesses will win an opportunity for a monthly spotlight interview. Yes, you will win 3 interviews on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. To sign up for your business's chance to be highlighted on The Truth for 3 months, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That is blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank member FDIC.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey there, did you hear? There are still spots open for Girl Scout Summer Camp 2025.
Whether you're into water activities, arts and crafts, sports and games, exploring nature, or even horseback riding, there's a camp just for you.
Choose from GSY's day camps, overnight camps, community day camps, or Camp Hero.
Bring a friend and get ready for a summer full of adventure, friendship, and leadership.
Register today and let's make this the best summer ever, Girl Scout style.
It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. There's no better time to upgrade your windows and doors than right now, because you can get up to 6 years of 0% financing at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Yes, no interest for up to 72 months, and the full Pella experience is always included. That means the Pella team is with you from start to finish. They don't disappear after the work is done. Set up your free in-home consultation. You commit to nothing at this point. A Pella design expert will listen to your vision and then present the different colors, sizes, and customizations needed to make that vision a reality. It can feel overwhelming to consider what feels like limitless possibilities, but Pella's design team can help narrow those options down for you to create that dream upgrade. Hurry! Get 0% financing for up to 6 years. Certain restrictions apply, and the deal ends May 31st, 2025. So visit PellaWI.com today.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Cause I'ma give you what you need, yeah. Mommy, you remind me of something, but I don't know what it is. You remind me of something, you gotta show me. Alright. You remind me of something, I don't know what it is right now. You remind me of something, you gotta show me.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brothers on the ones and twos.
You remind me of the Sticky Icky.
Tony Smith, in studio, Market Hall of Famer. Tony Smith, is Wednesday.
Hump day.
And you know, on Wednesdays we try to go down the relationship roads. We trying to see what's going on the relationship front. And you know, it's a video that you had sent that I want to discuss.
Okay.
A woman talking about what would turn somebody off in a relationship, things like that. You know, everybody now making relationship videos. Everybody an expert. You know,
everybody an expert.
I guess you might be an expert of what not to do if you ain't been successful in the relationship.
Everybody's not an expert, but you certainly could offer some.
They got some personal experience.
You got some personal experience you could offer. And not only yours, but if you got a friend group, you've heard stuff. You know something.
Well, I say this: if you get involved in something, you at least got some knowledge of what not to do.
You're gonna learn something.
You gonna learn something.
You're gonna learn something. But
we got
a problem with a lot of people don't think it's them.
Well, what is the content of this video we about to hear?
It was just a lady was talking, and a lot of times, like I think messages are better received sometimes from the same sex. Like if a dude's trying to tell a woman something,
she ain't gonna listen.
Might not be well received. If a woman's trying to tell a dude something, probably be like, blah blah blah.
Turn
blah.
the ears off.
When a dude's telling another dude, like, listen, man, you got to do this, or when a woman saying, ladies, listen to this, you get a little better receiving percentage.
Well, we're gonna listen to this audio
up until the point they try to call you a pick me.
As we broadcast live on social media, on YouTube, we got video. Let's listen.
That mouth will turn a man off. You think you can argue with a man all day, be petty, pick fights, be disagreeable, and then, just put some booty shorts on at the end of the night, he just gonna be ready to go, huh? It said men are visual creatures, and y'all will argue about that. Well, so are we. We're visual creatures, too. We ain't talking about y'all. We talking about the men right now, okay? So they say men are visual creatures. They didn't say they're only visual creatures. It ain't just that, because a man not be attracted to y'all, and y'all say he gay or he cheating.
Oh, wow.
It might actually be because of your mouth, again. Or y'all will say he got low sex drive, he need to go to the doctor, something wrong with him. No. Ain't nothing wrong with him, something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. So, just letting y'all know, y'all got the physical. Take care of your skin. I'm going to take care of my hair. I'm going to work out. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to drink my water. Okay. At the same time, I need you to work on your mouth, on your attitude, on your agreeableness, on your femininity. I guarantee you won't have no problem with that man when night falls.
Hey, talking about attitude.
Attitude is key. I've told several friends who are females before, like, they're asking stuff like, what's this? What's he? They try to dig into you for the guy's perspective, right, about what's going on. Like maybe they had a relationship that just didn't work, and they'll ask you, and I'm like, well, I can't speak for the guy, but let's talk about what you're doing. Like, what happened? What is it that you're doing that you do consistently and it ain't working? I mean, maybe look at that first to start changing some of my own habits if I want a certain outcomes, right, and I'm not getting them, behaving a certain way. Okay, well, let's break that down because all the dudes are different. The one consistent is you right now. So let's try to figure that out and see what you're doing. But one thing is the nagging, and I know it's a lot of jokes, a lot of memes out there about the nagging, and us as guys, that word nagging, it hits home, right? Because sometimes that's just what it is. It's a lot of nagging.
Well, I'll say this. I was trying to tell somebody when men are done, like if they're truly done, they'll just leave.
Correct.
A woman will stick around because she don't really want to initiate the leaving. Sometimes she wants to have the guy leave, so she'll do things so he can leave.
Get him to leave.
So maybe she can have the story, or maybe have the "he left me" story. And that's not all women, but when people stay in relationships and they don't talk to you, or they don't try to entertain some of your ideas or needs or things like that, they may be done with the relationship, but they'll stick around until you leave.
Yeah, in my estimation, like the nagging is like she was talking about the mouth. Like, you're not gonna be nagging me all day and then expect me to be in a good mood, right? Like she said, I'll come to the bedroom time. Now you know.
So are you saying that the women need to really get the attitude together?
I don't know if it's necessary you need to get your attitude
because that's what she was talking about, the attitude. Right. Straighten out that attitude.
Right, straighten out the attitude.
The stank attitude. In
the sense of, my estimation is a sense of, like, you're not gonna nag somebody into changing who they are. Like, it's really a matter of be more happy with the person you picked. Stop trying to make them into somebody else that you didn't pick, because you didn't pick that person. You pick the person you're with. So now you're nagging them to death and do this, nag that. Take out the garbage, clean this up. Like, that ain't them. If you need somebody who's cleaner, if you need somebody who's more attentive to this, more attentive to that, that's who you should go find.
So you didn't hooked up with the wrong person.
You hooked up with the wrong person. If there's too much nagging, you hooked up with the wrong person. That's it.
Well, not really. A city girl says, I agree with her about 90%. I'll agree that if a man is talking with wisdom and knowledge, I'll listen to him. If he's talking foolish, I can't listen to that. I'm not apologetic on that.
Right. And if he's the guy who's talking and in her opinion it's foolish, then she's with the wrong dude.
My woman don't nag. She don't have time. Sun up to sundown. Her brains are scrambled. I don't know.
Maybe she's too focused at work.
Hey, maybe she's
too busy at work.
Yeah, probably working hard. Well, when we come back, we'll have a pop culture report. Truth Nation. Stay like that right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Tired of hearing no from other banks? No to a loan? No to a checking account? Just no? At Brewery Credit Union, they find ways to say yes. Yes to second chances. Yes to rebuilding credit. Yes to helping you save, borrow, and thrive. Work with your credit specialist and move your financial life forward. Brewery Credit Union, Milwaukee's best place to borrow and save. Visit brewerycu.com. That is brewerycu.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
Life's better with American Family Insurance. Because whether it's a family road trip in your dream car or hosting a family reunion in your dream home, we help you feel protected so you can enjoy those dreams with peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Here is Sherwin Hughes with his truth.
Most people don't know that a county executive is a higher elected position than a mayor. Most people don't know what a state assembly representative does, a state senator, nor their function in overall state government. Most people, in fact, don't know what a school board representative actually does. Ask a person who their county board supervisor is, and they'll likely shrug their shoulders. Also, most people don't vote. We're in for a world of hurt. If we don't know the functions of our government at the very basic level, then we are not nearly equipped for what is going to happen to this nation for the next 4 years. All they had to do was tell unsophisticated folks gas prices are too high, inflation is too high, bacon and eggs cost too much. It's this guy's fault. It's this party's fault. Vote for us. Don't think about the criminal prosecutions. Don't think about all the malfeasance. Don't think about all of the misconduct and the corruption. We're going to make your bacon cheaper. We're going to make your eggs cheaper. We're also going to gut the FBI. We're also going to gut anything related to diversity, equity, and inclusion. We're going to shred this nation from the top to the bottom, all in favor of a handful of folks. How about this? Let's tell people that immigrants are actually the problem. And then Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk will bring in the most highly trained immigrants this nation has ever seen. Why? Because Americans are none the wiser. Don't believe me? Look at public school children's performance, not just in Milwaukee, not just in Wisconsin, but nationwide. Get ready for a long ride, ladies and gentlemen. A very long ride.
This has been Truth Takes on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Sneim. The Milwaukee Brewers won their third game in a row over the Boston Red Sox on Tuesday night. This one by a final score of 5-1 in walk-off fashion.
Pitch to him. Fly ball deep right. It's going to win the game. Abreu's going back and watching it sail. It's a grand slam. Oh, my goodness, Christian Yelich.
With the win, the Brewers improved to 28-28 on their season. Over to the NBA, where the Indiana Pacers have now taken a commanding 3-1 lead over the New York Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. They win on Tuesday night, this one by a final score of 130-121. And tonight, the Thunder will look to stamp their ticket to the NBA Finals as they lead the Timberwolves 3-1. That tip-off tonight is set for 7:30. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app at 1017thetruth.com.
To dance our way out of our constriction. Gonna be freaking up and down the hang-up alleyway. With a groove I only got, we shall all be moved.
You don't know the Z.
1017 The Truth.
Ready or not.
Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Marquette Hall of Famer Tony Smith. You know we got to get that playoff update.
Get it on the good God.
Oh, here we go. We got some vocals. What they know about that?
Nothing. I don't know why you're playing it, but I love it.
It was on your Instagram.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, we be listening to your Instagram.
That's it right there.
Your stories. We trying to see what you're talking about.
We talking about now, messing with people out there.
Now, we got to get our playoff update, T. Smith. It looked like New York might be on their way out. It looked like the Timberwolves.
Looks like it.
Might be on their way out. I'm just saying.
They out. Only people saying they're not out is New York fans. I'm trying to hold some hope. 3-1, pretty much death sentence. You're dead to rights at 3-1. So New York is down 3-1. They're going to be looking back at the first game that they blew, 17-point lead in the fourth quarter, or else it would be 2-2 right now. But as they say, if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. Bottom line is they're down 3-1, and it's pretty much a wrap. It's just win. You're going to lose game 5 or you're going to lose game 6.
Well, I'll say this. The Indiana Pacers have shocked the NBA world.
Definitely overachieved. But
they have, to me, nobody saw them coming.
Which is,
only Indiana fans.
Hold on. It's a little hard to say that since they were in the conference finals last year.
I'm talking about this year.
I understand that, but I'm saying they were there last year in the Eastern Conference Finals.
All right, we can look at retrospect, now, but during the season,
seeing them now should not be as much of a shock as it is. But why you're saying is because, first of all, everybody thought Boston was going to be there too. They thought Boston was going to be there again. The shock came when Cleveland went off this year.
That was shocking.
And people were like, "Oh, it's going to be Cleveland-Boston in the conference finals," because those are clearly the two top teams. Somebody's going to have to try to knock them off. And they both got knocked off. So to see Indiana there again, bit of a shock, not a huge shock, I would say, but they made it this far last year. So, and I forget who I was talking to somebody, and I'm telling them that, listen, the problem with New York is Indiana has experience at being where they are because they were there last year, right? And that matters in the playoffs. Experience matters in the playoffs. Like, you can do whatever in the regular season, win a game here, lose a game here, whatever. In the playoffs, you need experience. I had the same people mad at me before the Bucks won the championship. A couple years they were getting close. Mm-hmm. I was like, they don't have the experience. They don't have that. They need it. You need that to win. And it took them a couple years to get that, and then they won.
How to turn it on?
No, it's just being there. It's a different thing.
Because the Bucks had, in those years where they weren't winning, they had a problem. They would be doing well, but then the fourth quarter would come with 4 minutes left, and you got to learn how to manage those 4 minutes left in the game.
You just got to learn, Tory. You really got to understand. And they try to tell you, because like my rookie year, I went to all the way to the finals, right? But I'm going with guys who have been there. Right, Magic, Worthy, Byron Scott. Those guys they've won championships several. Right. They've been in it. They understand, right? Me, I'm really not grasping like, ooh, like how serious like every possession is. It's crazy. It's almost like every playoff possession is very similar to like the last possession of a game. That's how serious the possessions are in the playoffs. So you don't understand that if you haven't been there. You think it's like like a regular game. It ain't like a regular game.
Like, okay, they scored.
Yeah,
we gonna go on a run. They gonna go on a run.
It ain't like a regular game. So there's a huge difference, and teams that have been there have the advantage of understanding that. And it looks like Indiana is in that camp.
So you say they matured.
As example, yeah. The New York's up 17 in the fourth quarter. You got to close that game. Because now you're done. You're cooked. If you understand the importance of that 17-point lead and how not to give that up in the fourth quarter, you win that game. You coast in that game. But it didn't happen. Now the West is wide open, right? Neither one of those teams have any experience, so it's not going to come into play as much.
Well, they saying that also over in the West that Anthony Edwards ain't the man.
You know, he didn't.
They saying that he
took 2 shots in the first half.
Like all that hype. He not the man right now because now it's crunch time.
Well, at least you said right now.
Right
but
now.
It can change, right? But it ain't going to change this year because they're done. And it's unfortunate that it's going out that way. But, they got, Julius Randle doesn't show up for that game. Anthony only takes 2 shots. Like you're the guy like you're talking about. Like they're looking at him maybe for the face of the league. He's still a little immature to be face of the league. Talks a little too crazy still, but they're trying to push him towards that because he has that superstar potential.
He has the ability.
But
you still got to show up. You still got to show up. You still got to show up when it's crunch time.
You do. I mean,
to be the man in the NBA, you got to show up in the playoffs,
right?
Deep in the playoffs, get to the finals. And then you're ultimately measured, your greatness is ultimately measured about winning championships in the NBA.
Yeah, he just can't have, like I said, he can't have two shot attempts in the first half. I mean, you can't, and he plays 41 minutes. He took 13 shots in 41 minutes. There's 2 players on his team that took more shots than he did. Jay McDaniels and Nickeil Alexander-Walker both took more shots than Anthony Edwards. Julius Randle, who's supposed to be their second superstar, dude only took 7 shots in that game. Like this is a playoff. But this is what I'm talking about. They don't understand what's supposed to happen in the playoffs. Now, Ant might be looking at the last game where he took a ton of shots and just wasn't hitting them. Maybe he said, I got to take better shot selection, which, yes, you got to be more efficient, but you cannot be passive by any means.
Well, I'll say this. We're going to have 2 teams, Indiana and the Thunder, as fresh blood.
Yep. And a lot of people like it. A lot of people like to see the same
Is this good for the league?
I think it is. I think it's good to get some new team in there, some new fan bases energized. You got some old fan bases that are used to being there. Are
the ratings going to be there for this?
Hungry. I believe so. You're going to have you don't have
2 teams.
You don't have the super high end.
You don't have
star power.
Right. You don't have the star power, but you have.
Well, you have the league MVP in the finals.
Right. Okay. You got
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Okay.
Not as well known as some
small market.
Yeah. Indy's not small market. Indy's a big market.
OKC.
OKC is a small market. Yeah.
Yeah, small market team. Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of like the Bucks. They got a star.
Yep, they got to start league MVP.
Giannis is MVP. They say Giannis is in a rare space because in the last 7 years he's been in the top 5 voting for MVP.
Right. Yeah, but what you do have with OKC though, which is going to be good because they're going to need it. They got a bunch of first, second, and third team All NBA defenders, which they're going to need because. Indiana, as we talked about before, they got a lot of dudes.
They deep.
They're deep. They got a lot of dudes who score for them. Like Halliburton doesn't even have to score. Now he went off last game But he doesn't have to do
Is
that.
Halliburton a star?
Halliburton's a star.
I'm talking about, is he
superstar?
If he makes it to the
Not
finals, and somehow they win, they may consider him to be the face of the league. Because all you got to do is win. They'll make the adjustment.
You do have to win, but I don't think one's going to get him. He's the only problem with him. He's not dominating the league. He can come out and have big games. He can hit some big shots, but he's not just night in and night in dominating.
But ain't the goal is to win the NBA championship?
That's one.
That
goal.
may not be his style.
But that's one
that
goal.
works for that team.
No, but that's one
to have
goal.
the 30-point scorer. It may not work for that team. If everybody's working together and they win.
But you're talking about different things. If you're talking about being the face of the league, you got to dominate.
You got to score.
You got to dominate. Oh, no, you just got to dominate on a nightly basis. You can't just show up every now and then when your team needs it. You're right. It's the type of player he is. But that type of player is not conducive to being an MVP in the league or the face of the league. You're not going to get it playing that game. You can be successful. You can win championships. But you're not going to get those other escalations.
Will his daddy? Will they let his daddy come to the playoffs?
Dad will not be in the game. No, I think they're going to let him back.
I think they go. Charles Barkley.
Finals, they got to let him
Charles
back.
Barkley was trying to say that he need to let Halliburton's dad come back.
Don't make no decisions.
Well, look, when we come back, we'll have more Pop Culture Report with Marquette Hall of Famer Tony Smith. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
It's Dr. Ken Harris, and you can watch me now live on YouTube every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m., and you can watch the best radio show in Wisconsin by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Watch me explore the issues which are shaping our community while also having fun discussions, pop culture, current events, all kind of stuff going on right here on YouTube right now by subscribing to 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk is now streaming live on YouTube.
Why did Old National Bank decide to create this program?
You know, it was something that was near and dear to the heart of our chairman and CEO, Jim Bryant. Jim wanted us to do more in the African-American communities, more with minority-owned businesses. So he approached Roland Shelton, who was my boss in Evansville, Indiana, and said, Roland, we need to do more. We need to create a program that's going to allow individuals, minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses to access capital a lot better than traditionally we've been doing. And so we created the Empowerment Loan Program 2 years ago.
And for those that are now leaning more into this conversation, what's the best way to get in contact with you as part of their interest in the Empowerment Loan Program?
I'm going to give you my cell phone number to the listeners. It's 414-687-7393. And if that doesn't work, feel free to reach me at my email, tracy.meeks@oldnational.com.
Tracy Meeks, Senior Vice President, Community Lending Market Executive from Old National Bank.
Saving energy and money is easier than you think. Here are 2 simple things you can do to reduce your energy use and lower your energy bill. Use thermal curtains to reduce each room's energy loss by up to 25%, and make sure vents aren't blocked by furniture or rugs to improve airflow and comfort. Simple, smart savings. Get more energy-saving tips at weenergies.com.
Dreaming of owning your first home? Milwaukee Habitat for Humanity can help make it happen. With little to no down payment and average monthly mortgage payments of $950, you can build a brand new home you love without breaking the bank. And you won't do it alone. Habitat provides the coaching, education, and support to guide you every step of the way. Stop renting and invest in a new home you can truly call your own. Visit MilwaukeeHabitat.org to learn more.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. One call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing tonight? I'd like to welcome to the stage Tony.
Thank you. Far too kind.
Entertainment, current events, and trending topics. You get it all on the Culture Report with the Marquette Hall of Famer Tony Smith on the Tory Lowe Show. Here is your host, Tory Lowe.
"101, 7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Marquette Hall of Famer Tony Smith. Tony Smith, it's a statistic that I seen, and it said that having consistent intimacy can help you look younger.
According to a study in the American Journal of Cardiology, frequent sex is associated with reduced risk of heart disease. Regular sexual activity can also boost the immune system, reduce stress, and improve mood.
Wow. Why don't you think people...
That's why people around here in bad moods. Huh?
Well, that's why, or it could be the reason why the STD rates out.
People out here stressed out.
Skyrocketing.
Nah, people just stress. Death from stress is high.
That's a two-edged sword right there.
Well,
that's a two-edged sword.
Being dirty.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, we talking about SCX, right? So what I'm saying is, there's two sides to it. But if you're in a loving relationship, if you're in with somebody that one of your partner, it helps. It has some value. Keeps you looking young.
Some value. Yeah, it keeps you looking young. It makes you look younger. Makes you feel better. Boosts the immune system. It's got a lot of stuff.
And no wonder some of the freakiest people I know look young.
Get your man healthy.
They look younger for some reason. They
some
skin
of the
look.
People you know.
Yeah, they the people that be looking at you purring, row. That growling at you.
I don't know about those.
I'm just saying, you ain't never seen that at the. When I used to go out, when I used to get out, in my earlier days, in my late 20s, I used to go out. I was in a rock band and stuff like that. And you would see all kinds of stuff, but the people that was extra freaky, they would always look younger than most people. You'd be like, man, you how old are you? And they'd be like, they'll say their age, and you'd be like, whoa, you look like you 20-something. You know what I mean?
Man, you must be getting it in.
I don't know. I didn't know the statistics.
Or you got a nice skincare regimen, one of the two.
Or you just living stress-free.
Well, sex reduces stress, it says.
That's what it say. I don't know, T. Smith. I don't know. You getting old now.
I'm too old to be.
You looking like you're getting old.
It says this one said, the one said daily, sex daily. I'm like, ooh, no.
What?
That's what that one
That's
said.
impossible.
At our
if
age.
You got stuff to do.
Right now, I guess when you're young, you can probably do that.
Well,
but you don't need to look young when you're young.
Well, I got my question of the day, T. Smith.
Okay, what is it?
And this is my question of the day, and I've been trying to get this off, so I'm going to ask you this question before I open up the lines at the top of the hour. And the question of the day is, if you had to grade yourself on life, how would you score your ability to take action, maintain a fulfilling lifestyle, and make effective decisions? What grade would you give yourself overall?
What was all the criteria?
The criteria was your ability to take action.
Take action.
Maintain a fulfilling lifestyle.
Doing that.
And make effective decisions for your life.
What are we doing? Grading scale?
A, B, C, okay, whatever. A, B, C, D.
Okay, like a letter grading system, not like 1 to 10 or something.
Yeah, just A. You got the red pencil.
I'm gonna give myself. I'll give myself a A minus.
An A minus.
Yeah.
Because you took action. You made it to the NBA.
I've taken a lot of action, several actions to get where I am.
Okay, then let's say maintaining a fulfilling lifestyle.
And I'm definitely.
You've been trying to stay
I'm definitely
stress-free.
maintaining. Yes, staying stress free.
Okay, and then
a couple hiccups along the way.
Making effective decisions for yourself. Like
when it had the hiccups, corrected the hiccups.
So
I'm A minus. Always could have done something better, so that's why I say minus.
A minus. Okay, that's what's up.
I'm gonna take an A minus.
Okay, well, like I said, I'm gonna give myself a B plus.
Okay.
because I'm still a work in progress.
You're still young.
I might elbow you in the nose if you get crazy. If you come up on me, I still need to work on. You know what I mean? Hey, God bless you, but don't step in my space. Don't get up on me. You know what I mean?
Don't get up on me.
Yeah, I need to get more. I need more prayer from Miracle Minister Kevin. I need him to pray. That for my tolerance level sometimes.
Ooh, I had another good question for you.
What was the question?
Well, do we got time to do it? Maybe you can.
We got a little
maybe they
time.
can talk about it later. So the situation came up where it was a guy with his girl, right? They're just out in public somewhere, whatever, at an event. Another guy, who's just randomly walks by them and comments to the guy. He says, "Hey, you're a lucky guy." And I was like, what did he just say? And me and the guy both thought it was kind of a sideways comment. The girl obviously liked the comment, but me and the guy were like,
"You're a lucky guy. You got that girl."
Right. I thought.
I wish I had her.
Pretty much. That's how the guy saw it. The girl didn't see it that way. I was like, I don't know. I just wonder what you thought about that comment. I
think guys, when they say that you're a lucky guy,
it's a little disrespectful.
Well, unless he had her already.
I mean, still disrespectful either way.
But I think guys, when they say that, they're trying to get the girl's attention indirectly.
Correct.
To me.
I agree, which is disrespectful.
It is, but like I said, you just keep it moving because guys like that ain't got nothing to do.
Right. I mean,
they can ruin your night because they're really jealous that you're out with somebody.
Correct. And
you gotta look past guys like that because they just drinking. They probably on their fourth beer, and they will ruin your night just because they don't have the girl that you have.
Right. And I'm just like, I was like, man, I would never say that to somebody. I mean, you might walk by and your girl look good. I'm gonna just like, okay, she looks good. I ain't gonna say nothing about it. I don't have to say something to you.
Well, you heard about the story what the guy did to the guy at the gas station in Chicago for looking at his girl.
I saw the video.
Okay, so you got to be careful. You got to keep your head straight.
That's what I'm saying.
Look, go get what you got to go get what you got to get from the store and keep it moving.
But that just tells you right there, it's seen as disrespect. So I'm saying the dudes out there, like I don't know how you have the stones to do that anyway, because you don't know who you're saying it to. Like you say, that dude at the gas station, he was just looking. He's looking a little too hard. He got shot. So I wouldn't be opening my mouth about somebody's girl.
You lucky to have her.
Okay.
All right.
And you're unlucky you said it to me. Pow!
Oh, wow.
That's what he did. So don't be looking at my girl. I saw you staring at her backside.
Oh, wow. Well, T. Smith, thank you for the Pop Culture Report. I will see you Monday. We still on.
Will I see you Monday?
Yeah, we got it.
Are we on Monday?
Yeah, I think so.
Holiday?
Monday and Wednesday. Well, look.
I'm just wondering if
while we figure it out, we're going to run the break. Appreciate you for the Pop Culture Report, T. Smith.
All right, we'll see y'all.
All right, when we come back, we're going to open up the lines, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The more you listen to your kids, the closer you'll be. So we asked kids, what do you want your parents to hear?
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
We're not adults, so just be there and listen. I just want someone to yap to. And I just feel like I'll be fine if someone just hears me talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk.
You're doing a really good job. And I don't think I tell you that enough. And I know sometimes we get into it and it's just hard on both of us. But try to understand me more and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at sounditouttogether.org. That's sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
Being a caregiver for a family member can be very rewarding. It can be very challenging, too. Besides taking a physical and emotional toll, it can also take a real financial toll, especially if you're paying for home safety upgrades, covering medical expenses, cutting back on hours at your job, or having to leave your job altogether. In some states and in certain situations, you may be eligible to get paid for the care you provide. But finding reliable information about caregiver compensation can be overwhelming and very time-consuming. The AARP Foundation Paid for Care Hub can help. It's a free online tool developed with support from United Healthcare, where you can search compensation programs, explore your options, and get answers to frequently asked questions. Find out today if it's possible to be compensated for the time, effort, and care you're providing. Visit paidforcare.aarpfoundation.org to learn more.
Listen to the man who tells you exactly how he sees it. The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris every weekday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 101.7 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. Across Milwaukee, you might notice cardboard beds on display. They are part of the citywide art installation called Unsheltered. Co-founder and executive director of Courage Plus, Brad Schlakowski.
Every bed placed across Milwaukee represents a young person whose life has been destabilized simply for being who they are or who they love.
An estimated 640,000 teens across the country face housing instability each year. The beds will be on display until June 2nd. The district attorney's office in Wisconsin's third most populous county is in a staffing crisis. That's according to Waukesha County District Attorney Leslie Basie. She says that growing caseloads are leaving prosecutors overworked.
If you don't hold them accountable for the small stuff, I think it grows into more serious criminal conduct. And I feel like asking, the governor or the legislators, what would you like me not to charge? Because for me, that's unacceptable.
Basie hopes the state legislature will support a budget amendment to add 10 assistant district attorney positions. The jury is set. 12 jurors and 3 alternates were selected on day 1 of the Sade Robinson murder trial. The jury will be made up of 12 women and 3 men. They will decide the fate of Maxwell Anderson, who was accused of killing and dismembering 19-year-old Robinson in April of 2024. WTMJ's Greg Matzik has more on the story.
Conn and Smith defense attorney Jonathan Smith believes the prosecution will reveal its shocking array of photos on day 1.
The hard stuff is coming in probably early.
As for a possible strategy of the defense,
we're going to try to limit what photos can be shown to the jury and the number of photos, right? At some point, does it become duplicative?
The trial is expected to last about 2 weeks.
The state has listed 200, nearly 300 witnesses. They have to list the witnesses, but they aren't necessarily going to call all of them also. I would say that's about the right time frame.
Anderson has pleaded not guilty to all charges against him, including first-degree intentional homicide. This has been your news update. The Tory Lowe Show continues on the new 101.7 The Truth.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. Stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And it's day 2 of the Maxwell Anderson trial right here in Milwaukee. They have selected the jury, and attorney Anthony Cotton is leading the Maxwell Anderson's defense team. Cotton has been on legal team of other well-known cases in Southeast Wisconsin. They saying that they got a high-powered attorney working on this. Cotton has been the defense attorney for the Southeast Wisconsin's most well-known cases, the Slender Man stabbing. He has represented Morgan Geyser that was involved in the Slender Man situation. So, and you seen what happened with that. Y'all seen what happened with Morgan Geyser. the judge had granted Geyser release from a mental hospital, but it was postponed in April after the judge learned her planned group home was just 8 miles from the victim's residence, current residence. So he working on getting the Slender Man girls out. He got that reputation of getting people that do certain things off. And so here we go. Once again, I tell everybody in Milwaukee to be mindful due to the energy and the frequency that's about to go out through the neighborhoods, because they're going to show the graphic pictures. They're going to be showing a lot of things during this trial. So make sure y'all being mindful. Don't have no attitude for the next couple weeks because of the trial that's going on. It's so gruesome. And it ain't no telling how it's affecting the community, either consciously or unconsciously. And you know that, Maxwell Anderson, he has money. He's from means. So a lot of people going to be upset when they hear the defense. When you get a real defense attorney, it ain't like the public defender. It ain't like the public defender. I'm trying to tell you. Them paid lawyers, if y'all never had a real paid lawyer that got you off, that one of them kind of lawyers, you're going to be offended if you watching this trial or getting the updates from this trial or what they going to say. But we got some video if you're watching as we broadcast live on social media, on YouTube, if you're watching through the chat. Let's listen.
And Mallory, as testimony is underway at this hour, we know both sides laid out their case to the jury during opening statements this morning.
Jaron, after Judge Laura Crivello gave those jury instructions to the jurors, that's when the prosecution took the stand, or the prosecution kicked off this trial by reading those opening statements, and the prosecution really wanted to paint a picture of what happened to Sade Robinson on that day that she was last seen and the days afterwards. So prosecutor Ian Vance Curzon really zeroed in on how Robinson and Anderson are spotted together on April 1st of 2024. After that, she was never seen again, but Robinson's phone pings not only in locations where she was with Anderson, but also at Warnemont Park, where her severed leg was eventually found.
Use your common sense and search for the truth. That is your job. After leaving Duke's and going to the defendant's house, Sade would never be seen alive again. That night, she was murdered by Maxwell Anderson. Her body was dismembered by Maxwell Anderson in a vicious and gruesome manner. And then Maxwell Anderson attempted to make her disappear from this world by discarding her body into body parts into Lake Michigan.
So the prosecutor finished his testimony by saying that he wants the jurors to really focus on using common sense and a search for the truth. Well, the defense attorney zeroed in on that, using that to their advantage, saying that proof beyond a reasonable doubt is the most important thing in this case. And Tony Cotton, that defense attorney, also says there's a mountain of reasonable doubt in this case, including a lack of motive and a lack of DNA evidence.
And they're using the phrase common sense because they want you to ignore the mountain of reasonable doubt that exists in this case. They didn't find a murder weapon. What weapon was used to kill Sade? They didn't find any of Sade's blood. With all the samples they took throughout that entire house, every comforter, bed sheet, tabletop, wall, none of it has Sade's DNA, blood or DNA.
Oh, wow.
So opening statements are used as a bit of a roadmap for the jurors because they're going to be hearing a lot of testimony, hours of testimony, and be looking at evidence over the next 2 weeks. So this is a way that they can kind of control what those jurors are thinking about as they look at that evidence and testimony. Our legal analyst, Dan Adams, who's not affiliated with this specific case, really talked about the importance of opening statements.
It's a roadmap for where all of these pieces of evidence will go. It's an overview so that the jury, who doesn't know, his plans, doesn't know the order of witnesses, doesn't know the order of evidence, has some type of clue of, okay, we're seeing one witness here. They may just be asked, 5 or 10 questions. How does that fit into the overall case?
All right, DJ Brother Z. They saying that
Dan Adams joins us live.
Statements, they have no DNA and no weapon. That's, hey, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now, I'll say this because when you get a good lawyer, this is like I said, it's gonna be, y'all gonna be listening to this and y'all gonna be like, man. But when you get a good attorney, I'm not saying that Maxwell Anderson didn't do it. What I'm saying is, y'all gonna hear this lawyer, and by the end of the 2 weeks, y'all gonna be, hey, did he do it or didn't he do it? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So y'all got to be prepared for this emotional roller coaster, because I hope this the prosecution got their homework done, because sometimes they be up in there with the public defender and they ain't got to really work too hard. You know what I mean? The public defender meets people when as soon as they show up to court. That's the first time y'all have a meeting about y'all case. When y'all do have a meeting with them, it's like 30 minutes, and they don't really go through the paperwork like they supposed to. I had to, argue with the public defender's office on the behalf of people that came to me saying that the public defender wasn't doing a great job. So, but when you get that good attorney, sometimes these prosecutors, when these good attorneys show up, they be so used to dealing with just easy ideas, people just, pleading out and all of this, not really, getting a fight on their hands. When they get a real fight on their hands, that's, hey, you finna see the real now. When the lawyer getting paid more than the prosecutor and they come in, I'm trying to tell you, it'd be a different ball game when them high-priced lawyers hit the city. Every time I see a high-priced lawyer hit the city, I see that the prosecutors, they be bowing down. Like, they almost ain't got no match. They ain't no match for these people. That's all I'm saying. So we gonna see. We gonna see what's happening then. Smith in the chat says common sense don't work in any court when it's black being the victim. Mo the Elephant says it does not matter. They let Jeffrey Dahmer go. He became the most prolific serial killer in history. They better get them. I'll say this, and I said it, hold on, because we gonna be on a roller coaster ride. Because they gonna present evidence, and if it ain't no DNA on it, you know what I mean? Like, if they showing pictures, it's got to be hardcore. They got to have something hardcore. And they got to be witty to get this one. They got to be witty to get this one. And I don't know. I didn't see the jurors. I don't know. Somebody in the chat says the jurors look like they all came from West Allis. They said, I don't know. I didn't see the jury. I didn't see it. They said after the trial, guaranteed the majority of the jury from West Allis, St. Francis, and Bayview. I ain't see it. I don't know what the jury looked like. I got to go and see the 12. If somebody know what the 12, what they look like, or a description of the jury, let me know. Because I ain't seen it yet. I have not seen how the jury looks yet when it comes to this trial, but that plays a factor. And I'm going to tell you this. If y'all understand what happened with Michael Mattioli and Joel Acevedo, and they had him in the house. I ain't seen the whole video uncut of what happened to Joel Acevedo yet. I ain't seen the unredacted version of that video or that body cam footage yet. Ain't nobody seen it. This how slick it was. And he had a high-powered attorney too. I have not seen, we fought to get that video released to the public. They tied the video up in the courts. Then the judge finally said that you can see the video, but it's all redacted. And that was it. It was redacted. Even the trial is over with. I have not seen the full version of the Michael Mattioli, Joel Acevedo video. Nobody, I don't know if the family have or not, but the public ain't seen it. And Michael Mattioli was found not guilty. So we gonna see. We gonna see. Prayers up to the family. Prayers up to everybody that's been advocating on the Robinsons' family behalf. Somebody in the chat said, Sylvia in the chat said Sade didn't cut herself up. Hey, we know something happened. Trust me, we know, and it's closer to Maxwell Anderson, the person that's in trial right now. So all I'm saying is, buckle up. Buckle up. Somebody say, any update on Theodore Edgecombe? All right, Theodore Edgecombe is in jail. He's in jail. That was a high-profile case that we're waiting to see what happens with the appeal. DJ Brother Z, we gonna have to make sure that we see every inch of this trial. We may have to come on live every inch of this trial. Hey, look, when we come back, we're going to have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is Sherwin Hughes from The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. And Truth Nation, you can now watch my show live on YouTube every day from 9 a.m. until noon. Yep, you can get 3 full hours of watching Sherwin doing his thing streaming live on YouTube Monday through Friday. You'll get the same insightful conversations about policy, politics, and lifestyle while also seeing my reaction to the unpredictability of our listeners. So go to YouTube right now, subscribe to 1017 The Truth, and see this wonderful smile live every day.
Hey, Truth Nation, it's your girl Noni Juice for my friends at Steinhafels. And guess what? Steinhafels Memorial Day sale has been extended. It's your last chance to save 10% off store-wide, plus get amazing deals like sofas for $4.99, dining tables at $5.49, and queen beds at just $6.99. Plus, take advantage of Steinhafels' 18-month 0% financing to make your purchase even more affordable. Steinhafels is Wisconsin's furniture and mattress leader. Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com.
Hey, Truth Nation, it's your girl DT from The Truth Unfiltered with DT and Dr. Ken Harris. Now listen, at a critical time, through the Empowerment Small Business Loan Program, Old National Bank provided the resources I needed to sustain my business. Now the process had its challenges, but I was supported, and it was also an invaluable learning experience for future ventures. I am so grateful for the support that helped my business thrive. Old National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to approval.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Great Impressions Graphics and Printing. They've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years from their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee. Their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great Impressions. Perceptions, everything. More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
She gon' moped it. My doggy don't smoke on unless it's unleaded. I don't back and forth over no nets, just gon' did it. See me when you see me, if it's smoke, doggy, unleash it. Did my rockin' bitch, it's my fave, I'ma gon' beat it. Looking in the mirror, kiss my face, I'm too conceited. Send a girl home, call another dog, I'm too slime. She ain't wanna eat it on the first day, it's her round. With drugs poppin' for the first time.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show, DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. Truth Nation, violence is a problem that affects us all, but together we can make a difference. The award-winning 101.7 The Truth wants you to help make positive change and bring awareness to the sensitive violence, the senseless violence that's occurring in our community. This is why we're hosting our third annual Truth Walk Against Violence on Saturday, July 12th from Victory Over Violence Park down MLK Drive, right to the front of our studio at 3rd Street Market Hall. Over the next month, I'll be talking to politicians, community leaders about how we can better provide resources to stop the rise of violence. If you want to join the fight to stop the violence, go to truthwalkagainstviolence.com. That's truthwalkagainstviolence.com right now to sign up for the Walk Against Violence, supported by 1MKE on Saturday, July 12th from 9 a.m. to noon. Hey, last year was powerful. The year before that was powerful. And I'll tell you this, it's amazing to see when people really get outside. When people really get outside and really put boots on the ground. And this is just symbolic. The walk against violence is just us getting on one accord mentally. It's very symbolic. I used to walk from Milwaukee to Chicago 7 years in a row. And it was all symbolic because we all got to get on one accord. We all got to tune our frequency. So this is just a frequency tuner to tune our frequency in on the things that we have to do and working together as a community. So bring the family out, July 12th. Bring the family out. No, we got to fight against this element. And this is just us agreeing that we got to take a stand, and it's very symbolic. And I'm not walking to Chicago no more. I'm retired, DJ Brother Z. I'm bronzing the shoes. Bruh. I'm a bronze the shoes because I did my walking, and I do the work. Like I said, the walk is symbolic, but the real work is done on a day-to-day basis. And salute to every family that ever requested my assistance when it came to violence. Hundreds. So all we're doing is coming together to walk and agree that we all have to do a little so nobody ain't got to do a lot. So once again, I can't wait to see Truth Nation out July 12th. It's early in the morning, 9 a.m. to noon. It's quick. We have fun, everybody. It's a great walk. We usually have refreshments for people that come out. And all we're doing is making sure that we're tuning ourselves in to what we need to do to stop the violence in our community. And nobody ain't coming. It's only going to be us. And salute to most of Truth Nation that I see out on the front lines. A lot of Truth Nation, we workers. And when we do events like this is just a symbolic idea of coming together, fellowshipping, gathering together, making sure that we checking on each other, making sure that we understand the task at hand, and making sure that we're doing everything we need to do at this time. So if y'all about that action, I can't wait to see y'all at the Walk Against Violence. Once again, go to truthwalkagainstviolence.com right now to sign up for our Walk Against Violence. It's going to be powerful. Salute to 1MKE. And I'll say this. A lot of people talk, but we walking. And we getting out here, we boots on the ground, we all that. And a bag of chips. Salute to Truth Nation. That's why I love Truth Nation, because I'm telling you, when I started radio, I said, I'm going to take the advocacy to the airwaves, and I want an active listening audience. That's why I say people that be talking out the side of their face, I could be out here 20 years on the front lines, I'll never see these people because they ain't going to do nothing. So y'all got to stop being swayed by folks that ain't going to do nothing. That's why you ain't doing nothing, because the people you following ain't going to do nothing. That's why you got to get leadership that's strong. Leadership that's out here getting the job done on your behalf. And that's powerful when it all works, when the people start to follow the leader. That's why I say I can't be the leader. I can't be the leader because everybody be working. You know, I know y'all want, oh, no, you the leader. No, I'm not the leader, fam. I'm just a helper. I'm just helping. I'm a servant. I'm a helper. Because if I was the true leader, everybody be out here working instead of twerking. Or maybe they'll work and then they'll twerk after they get finished working. I don't know. But all I'm saying is this is the time to fine-tune the community. Come out, be a part of the action. Come and see the brothers and sisters on the front lines and make sure that, and this is a good time to network with people. And I hate when people want to talk. You know, everybody want to talk. I don't never see them outside, DJ Brother Z. Everybody got this huge plan they want to lay in front of me. Like that's, I find that offensive because you ain't even asked me what I was doing. You just went and dreamed something up and then you want to bring it to me. No, we got to get out here and get to work, and we can just include that in the work. While we working, we can just say, okay, this is what we doing while we working. Okay, let's add that in there while we working. Instead of, see, that's what I'm saying. There's people, everybody love to sit down and talk about, you know, how God did this. And no, we ain't doing that. No. Nah. You got to get out here and get to work. It got to be some effort, got to be some action behind a lot of this. You're not for the test market on me and get me off of what I'm doing because you got up and said God touched you in the middle of the night. Sound creepy to me. Sound creepy to me. God always touched somebody. I don't know. And looking at the Catholic Church, I don't know. You got to be more clear what you trying to say. Because the brothers and sisters on the front lines, they out here, and some of them ain't even getting paid. I ain't got paid. I funded my movement. That's why nobody can't say nothing to me. I paid for it out of my pocket. Whatever you see about Tory Lowe, I funded it. I did it. I paid for it. I didn't get nothing in return. But love and support. That's all I wanted. Pay it forward. Don't worry about doing nothing for me. Just make sure the next time somebody needs some help and assistance that you help them and you assist them. That's how you paid me back. That's how I got my payback. If you help somebody else. So once again, I'm going to need y'all to sign up. I need this walk against violence to be powerful because the young people need to see it. The young people need to see it. They need to see what the front lines, they need to be a part of the front line energy. So if y'all got a group of school kids or a group of y'all got some kids out mentoring them this summer, make sure y'all put the walk against violence down. Saturday, July 12th, register y'all kids that y'all got out for the summer, y'all family members, making sure that they understand that this is the right thing to do right now. To be ahead of the curve means to get together and get on one accord. That's it. And if you don't never show them nothing, and if all y'all showing them is the music and y'all don't show them the real frontline lifestyle, and y'all just talking to them, they not gonna put it all together like that. Y'all gotta get them out on the front lines. Let them meet people that's really doing it. Let them follow people that's really doing it. Problem is y'all talking and y'all not showing them. That's the problem. Y'all done said something, I told them, but what you show them? Stop talking and teach. And it ain't no excuses no more. It is people out here on the front lines. Y'all just not supporting them. I'm telling you why it ain't. I'm telling you what the problem is, even if you don't want to hear it. It's people out here that's working and they have no support. That's the truth. Y'all can't say it ain't nobody out here that ain't helping. That's a lie. Y'all can't say it ain't nobody out here that don't know what to do. That's a lie. They just not being supported. Y'all supporting the folks that ain't gonna do nothing, and then the people that's out here that's willing to do it regardless, to serve, to make things better, they got little to no support. I support them. I support them. I'm out here supporting these folks. Matter of fact, I done went around and did whatever I could out of my own pocket. Don't worry about it. The Lord gonna make a way. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Forget that. Forget what they talking about. Do you. Get the results. Be about that action. Stay down and get down. Stay down and keep the faith. That's what I tell them. I motivate because I'm doing it. And guess what? All the folks that be standing in the meetings want to talk to a room full of folks, I ain't seen them out on the front lines yet. I ain't seen them. We got to turn it around. We got to turn it around. These people need great examples. These young kids need great examples of people that's really doing it. And we outside. We outside. Y'all just got to come meet us on the front lines. Hey, look, when we come back, I got a story out of California I want to talk about this bill that they've been fussing around over, talking about 16, 17-year-olds felonies for soliciting sex from minors, but then they was trying to omit the 16 and 17-year-olds, but I was like, okay, this shouldn't even be an argument. This shouldn't even be an argument. This shouldn't even be a discussion. This should have been stamped a long time ago. The Democrats was holding it back, but I guess they had a change of heart. We're going to talk about it when we get back, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Immerse yourself in a place where bold ideas are sought after, where all are encouraged to bring their personal flourish. Here, innovation is a way of life. In this city, the beat flows. Together, we're dancing to the rhythm. Forward. Now, it's your turn to grab hold of that energy, where you'll remember not just the meals, the celebrations, or the uncommon coast. What you'll remember is how we made you feel. Come experience Milwaukee, where fresh meets fearless every day.
Dear employer,
my name is Phil Martin.
My name is Michael Roskovich.
Ronaldo Bird.
Zach Deiser. I am writing to express my excitement at the opportunity to join your team.
As someone on the spectrum,
I possess a unique set of skills
that sets me apart from other candidates.
My detail-oriented nature allows me to communicate complex ideas,
to break down data, to have no fear in meeting new people.
I may communicate in ways that are different from what you are used to.
Structure, routine,
and clear expectations. expectation.
Help me do my best work.
My autism allows me to have a perspective that needs to be seen and heard.
It allows me to make the world safer and improve systems in ways others can't.
It allows me to bring people's inner worlds to life with my artwork.
My autism
will bring your team important insights.
Thank you for your consideration.
An autistic inclusive workplace is good for business. It's time to make a change. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/win.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snime. The Milwaukee Brewers won their third game in a row over the Boston Red Sox on Tuesday night. This one by a final score of 5-1 in walk-off fashion.
Pitch to him. Fly ball deep right. It's going to win the game. Abreu's going back and watching it sail. It's a grand slam. Oh, my goodness, Christian Yelich.
With the win, the Brewers improved to 28-28 on their season. Over to the NBA, where the Indiana Pacers have now taken a commanding 3-1 lead over the New York Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. They win on Tuesday night, this one by a final score of 130-121. And tonight, the Thunder will look to stamp their ticket to the NBA Finals as they lead the Timberwolves 3-1. That tip-off tonight is set for 7:30. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Push one. Aight. You poor I be mad too. Found out I hit up, I be mad too. I know that I ain't gotta ask you. I heard that you said I'm on your ass too. Look up and see the stars, I got the glass roof on it. Strong dog, I just put a 2 on it. I went and got them M's, came back and put the crew on it. In the California King, I used to sleep on futon.
Truth Nation, if you're looking for a new school for your kindergarten through 8th grade student, I have the right place for you. Have you heard of Milwaukee College Prep? For nearly 3 decades, MCP has been removing unfair barriers for children in Milwaukee. At MCP, they support the entire child. They offer pre-K, mental health services, nutritional support, intervention services, and after-school programs. This in addition to the character-first approach to learning. And most importantly, your child will receive a high-quality education as MCP campus earned a 4-star rating, exceeding expectations on the 2023-24 DPI report cards. Set up a time to visit Milwaukee College Prep today. Visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com. That's MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com. Hey, look, I was talking about this bill a while ago, and we talked about the ideal of people getting felons in California for soliciting 16 and 17-year-olds for sex. And the Democrats was kind of like, they didn't want to add the 16, 17-year-old. Well, somebody sent me this article. They was like, hey, Tory, look at this. The Democrats, the Democratic leaders in California Assembly bill announced that they will add a proposed felony for those who want to purchase 16 and 17-year-olds for sex. Now, I thought that this was a no-brainer, DJ Brother Z. But I guess it was some pushback, but they had a change of heart. This came out a couple weeks ago. This is the reverse. The Democrats went in reverse, and they went along with the ideal of you should be a felon if you're soliciting 16 and 17-year-olds for sex. We got the article. Let's listen.
The battle over a child sex trafficking bill that has divided lawmakers. Democrats are now reversing course, saying they could support the proposed law. California Democrats have been divided over a push to make it a felony to buy 16 and 17-year-olds for sex.
Today, Democratic leaders in the state assembly are reversing their decision from last week and adding mostly that felony proposal back in. This is a complete 180. KCRA 3 Capitol correspondent Ashley Zavala joins us now with the details on this. Ashley?
Yeah, Lisa, and off the top, we should say we have not seen the updated bill in writing, but Democratic leaders tell us the proposal makes it easier for prosecutors overall to charge offenders with a felony if they buy or solicit 16 and 17-year-olds for sex. Democrats have been fighting over whether the consequences should be harsher for people who buy the older teens. State law right now allows prosecutors to charge those who buy 16 and 17-year-olds for sex as either a misdemeanor or felony, requiring the teens to prove they are victims of trafficking before that felony kicks in. The updated proposal that we are learning about today now would make it easier for the crime to be a felony, and the misdemeanor would apply in cases only when there is less than a 3-year age gap between the minor victim and the offender. For example, it would be a misdemeanor for a 16 and 19-year-old or a 17 and an 18-year-old, but for a 40-year-old to buy a 16-year-old, Assemblymember Krell tells us that would be a felony. So Assemblymember Krell is back as the co-author of the bill. The Sacramento Democrat said this accomplishes her goal.
Really looking at this from a prosecution standpoint, and what I'm looking to do is give prosecutors the tools they need to really go after demand, and to do so especially when the victims are children. And so every scenario that I've seen and every scenario that I've heard about from our law enforcement partners and DA partners, this would allow a felony to be charged. We're just...
All right.
So we're heading actually in a few minutes to talk to a Assembly.
Hey, all right, so... Okay, well, it seemed like they straightening that out. I don't see what the pushback was. I don't see what the, pushback was. Because I know some young people that they were dating somebody around the age in Wisconsin, and they got charged with being sex offenders somehow, where they were dating somebody in high school and the parents found out, and then now they have to be registered sex offenders for what they did with somebody that they were, trying to, be in a relationship with or have sex with in some kind of way. And they have to wear that tag for the rest of their life. I know one guy was trying to tell me he's out in the community, and he was like, this happened to me when I was younger. The parents pressed charges on him, and now he has to be a sex offender, registered sex offender. And I was like, what? Then there was a situation I think Liz had brought to me a couple years ago where the young man was at school and he touched one of the students on the rear, and I guess they charged him with something, where he may have to be a sex offender as well, And once you put your name on a sex offender list, because to make people aware that you're a sex offender, then, some of these people, when they're young, they get these titles, and then they get older, and then you hear it, and you think that they did something gross, like raped somebody. Hey, somebody pointing out, Sincere in the chat says, Tory, she said, go after the men, so this bill is just for men. I don't, I think women do it too. I think predators don't have a gender. Predators are just people who are obsessed with messing with these young folks. We just had a teacher here. We just had a teacher right here in Milwaukee that got charges for messing with the boys on the basketball team, the young boys. So I don't know. I don't see what the argument was. Only thing I see is that we got to protect these young children. And anytime you cross the line, you dip below the line and think it's okay, you should face severe punishment. You shouldn't leave these innocent kids on. And even if y'all say I know what the old people used to call them, that they was fast. Well, how did they get fast then? How did they become fast? Okay, she was fast. She wanted it. Okay, well, it got to be some barrier. Sometimes you just got to walk away as an adult. Hey, this is, even though she, what y'all quote unquote call fast, or she might be somebody that's been tampered with in a negative way where she's reacting in a promiscuous way. And then, she was already out here, let me go ahead and add to the trauma, I guess. No. Leave that alone. You got to leave it alone. I ain't gonna lie to you. I talk about this so much that all of a sudden one day I text message on my phone, DJ Brother Z. I don't know. I'm just gonna throw it out there, and I'm gonna read it. So I'm gonna read it off my phone the way it took place. If I can find it, I got to figure out where it's at. But I got a text from somebody that said that they was doing a project. Now, I don't know if it's real or not. Hopefully it's real, if it's true. But I'm going to tell you how I handled it. I'm going to tell y'all exactly how I handled it. I got a text message, and they said that, hey, Tory, I got a project for my school, and we're doing a project on you. And I want to know if you can answer a couple questions, or we can get together and answer a couple questions or whatever. And I said, okay, send me more information on the project and what school it is. And so I get requests like this all the time from college students. I bring them here on the air too. When they get done with the project, I bring them on the air to talk about it. So that's not uncommon for that to take place. But in this case, when the person responded back, they said that they was a high school student. I said, a high school student? I said, well, I replied back. I said, well, she said she was in the 8th grade. I said, okay, get your parents, tell your mama or your daddy to call me, or both of them together, and let them make the arrangement for me and you to get this done if this is the case. But I'm gonna have to work through your parents. You can't text me like that. We ain't doing that. First of all, I mean, I understand kids out here got to get their projects done, but I wouldn't let my daughter text a grown man nothing, no matter what it is. I told her, I said, hey, tell your mama or your daddy to call me and let your parents set this up, and I'll be happy to oblige. Red flag. 8th grader? You texting me? How did you get my number? And then, okay, let's say I do know your parents. Okay, maybe I helped the family, or maybe she got the number from a family member, so I left room for that. Okay, let your parents contact me, and we gonna all sit down. I'm gonna sit down with you, your parents, and we gonna get this done, if that's the case. I didn't get a reply back. I just got an okay, and I didn't get a reply back. And that's been a couple days ago. So I don't know. But this is the logic you got to have. You can't even mess around with it. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was real or not. All I'm saying is we ain't playing none of those games. If you got a young person around, you make sure you tie in with the legal guardian. Sometimes they ain't got parents. Sometimes they in foster care. However they dealing, it's a legal guardian somewhere if they under 18. Smith said, sounds like a setup. Hey, that's why I got boundaries. That's why you got to set boundaries. That's why you got to have things already installed in your brain so you don't trip over them wires. And I could have just went on and said, oh yeah, let's have a meeting. Let the 8th grader, hook up. The next thing you know, I'm on How to Catch a Predator. See, they waiting in the kitchen. Hey, you see How to Catch a Predator, DJ Brother Z? They try to get you roped in by getting a little kid. Hey, I'm a little kid. And can I have a conversation with you? I'm just saying. Next thing you know, you talking to the little kid. Next thing the little kid sending you pictures, and you trying to. Next thing you fell into the trap because they trying to bait you to get you because you a predator. You can't control yourself. So you gotta have. That's why I say don't even practice it. I don't even know why that was even something that that they had to think about. Throw them in jail. Sometimes you gotta be the adult in the situation and handle it like one. Yeah, because sometimes kids don't have parents. Sometimes things happen, so you gotta set it straight on your side. If you the adult, get it back in order. Hey, look, when we come back, I got a story out of New York that's crazy. I don't know what happened with this, but a Queens man in New York attacked a 9-year-old girl. And then when the off-duty officer tried to, that came to the scene, he ended up biting off the officer's finger. Crazy situation. I want to talk about that when we get back. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. 1017 The Truth and Associated Bank have teamed up for our Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, 4 lucky businesses will win an opportunity for a monthly spotlight interview. Yes, you will win 3 interviews on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. To sign up for your business's chance to be highlighted on The Truth for 3 months, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That is blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank member FDIC.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. There's no better time to upgrade your windows and doors than right now because you can get up to 6 years of 0% financing at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Yes, no interest for up to 72 months and the full Pella experience is always included. That means the Pella team is with you from start to finish. They don't disappear after the work is done. Set up your free in-home consultation. You commit to nothing at this point. A Pella design expert will listen to your vision and then present the different colors, sizes, and customizations needed to make that vision a reality. It can feel overwhelming to consider what feels like limitless possibilities, but Pella's design team can help narrow those options down for you to create that dream upgrade. Hurry! Get 0% financing for up to 6 years. Certain restrictions apply, and the deal ends May 31st, 2025. So visit PellaWI.com today.
After an accident, don't wait to get the help you need. Call Gruber Law Offices first. There is no fee until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
It's the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Yeah. Another one of those. This is for my Q. Down to earth. Rest in peace, baby. You know how we roll. There's so many that don't know. This goes out to my Q. Rest in peace, baby. You still here with me? What they don't know is the bull, the drama, the guns, the
101, 7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. Hey, welcome back. Hey, look, I want to run over to New York right quick. This situation was brought to my attention. Somebody inboxed me this. A man from Queens was charged with biting off part of an off-duty officer's finger after he slapped and assaulted a 9-year-old. The 9-year-old was standing with her mother on the corner, and this man walks up, and this is on video. They don't say why or what happened that led up to this, but thank God it was an off-duty officer right there because he was trying to get away. And he ended up biting off the officer's finger, DJ Brother Z. It's video. This is video. This is wild to see. If you're watching as we broadcast live on social media, on YouTube, we got some video. Once again, I'm gonna tell you, this is a grown man now. This is why I say you got to be grown nowadays. And we can't, I don't know why people want to get around here and assault these kids, but we got to be a little bit more extra careful when it comes to our babies. Hey, look, we got video as we broadcast live on YouTube and social media. Let's listen.
News we're following, police have made an arrest in a brutal and random attack in Queens.
Yeah, the startling moment was caught on camera. Police say Enrique Feliz Jr. walked up to a 9-year-old girl, and look at that. He punched her square in the face. And then when an off-duty officer rushed over to help, the officer ended up with a severe injury himself.
Eyewitness News reporter Lindsay Tuckman has the exclusive story from Glendale.
This video is upsetting. The day before Mother's Day, a 9-year-old girl standing with her mom on the corner of Central Avenue and 67th Place in Glendale, Queens. A man approaches her, asks her name, and then hits her in the face, knocking the young child onto the ground. According to the Queens DA, the attack left the girl bleeding from her lip and arm and even made some of her teeth loose. The violence, though, didn't end there.
And a sergeant who was off duty at the time did what good Samaritans do, but also did what good police officers do, is he followed the person, he approached him.
The suspect, 31-year-old Feliz Enrique, then proceeded to bite Officer Sebastian Hajder on the knee, the hand, and then the tip of his finger, bitten clean off, and doctors were unable to reattach it. The suspect was arrested and charged with multiple counts of assault, harassment, and endangering the welfare of a child. Enrique was on parole after spending 7 years in prison for attempted murder.
All right, look, okay. See, this is why y'all wonder why Tory Lowe, hey, I deal with this around here. But they caught this guy on video messing with the kids. That's why I say we got to come together more now than ever, especially when it comes to these babies. I don't know what maybe it's in the drugs, in the street weed or something. Folks is losing their minds, and the kids are the most vulnerable. The kids and the women and the elderly is the most vulnerable right now. And we got to keep our head on a swivel, Truth Nation. Hey, look, when we come back, I'm going to open up the lines. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Biggest stars to the greatest moments. Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. Go behind the scenes of the Emmy-nominated Giannis documentary. Get the real story of the blockbuster trade for Damian Lillard. Hear the origin of Bucks in 6. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get podcasts.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit outdoorstewards.org.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
Just a little heads up before something bad happens.
Move your coffee cup away from your computer.
Oh, no. So you can have more control.
Stop. You're texting your boss by mistake.
Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Warning. The cap is loose on that ketchup.
Ugh. Don't wait. You have the power to change the outcome. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
All of your favorite 1017 The Truth content whenever you want. The Truth app has it all. The Truth is on 1017 and 1510 WGKB Waukesha, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. Across Milwaukee, you might notice cardboard beds on display. They are part of the citywide art installation called Unsheltered. Co-founder and executive director of Courage Plus, Brad Schlakowski.
Every bed placed across Milwaukee represents a young person whose life has been destabilized simply for being who they are or who they love.
An estimated 640,000 teens across the country face housing instability each year. The beds will be on display until June 2nd. The district attorney's office in Wisconsin's third most populous county is in a staffing crisis. That's according to Waukesha County District Attorney Leslie Basie. She says that growing caseloads are leaving prosecutors overworked.
If you don't hold them accountable for the small stuff, I think it grows into more serious criminal conduct. And I feel like asking, the governor or the legislators, what would you like me not to charge? Because for me, that's unacceptable.
Basie hopes the state legislature will support a budget amendment to add 10 assistant district attorney positions. The jury is set. 12 jurors and 3 alternates were selected on day 1 of the Sade Robinson murder trial. The jury will be made up of 12 women and 3 men. They will decide the fate of Maxwell Anderson, who was accused of killing and dismembering 19-year-old Robinson in April of 2024. WTMJ's Greg Matzix has more on the story.
Conan Smith defense attorney Jonathan Smith believes the prosecution will reveal its shocking array of photos on day 1.
The hard stuff is coming in probably early.
As for a possible strategy of the defense,
we're going to try to limit what photos can be shown to the jury and the number of photos, right? At some point, does it become duplicative?
The trial is expected to last about 2 weeks.
The state has listed 200, nearly 300 witnesses. They have to list the witnesses, but they aren't necessarily going to call all of them also. I would say that's about the right time frame.
Anderson has pleaded not guilty to all charges against him, including first-degree intentional homicide. This has been your news update. The Tory Lowe Show continues on the new 1017 The Truth.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the 3rd hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And look, we promoting the Walk Against Violence already. We back outside July 12th at Victory Over Violence Park. I'm going to need y'all to register. I'm going to need y'all to go to truthwalkagainstviolence.com. That's truthwalkagainstviolence.com. Hey, let's get out on the front lines. Let's make sure that we get on one accord. I cannot wait. This is the third time we did this, and every time it's growing bigger and bigger and bigger and greater. And I'll tell you this, we can look outside the window and be scared. Don't get scared now. We live in the neighborhoods. We got homes in these communities. Don't get scared now. We gonna be outside, and we encouraging everybody to support each and every family that we do call to actions for when it comes to senseless violence, whether it's to get people off the street, get resources to the family, however we got to do it by any means necessary. And I appreciate everybody over the years that have helped to fight, that got on the front lines, that gave what they could, that did whatever they could do. Everybody did a little, nobody had to do a lot. That is the strategy that we're going to approach. And if we get ahead of the curve, if we can send out the discipline rules to our family to say, we're not dealing with people that's harming innocent life. We're not going to do that this summer. You can't stay in my house. If you're going to get out here and embarrass the family, we ain't doing that. And I'm going to tell you right now, some of y'all got loved ones right now that y'all know that ain't, that's out here that's one incident short of committing a crime, or 1 day short of getting out here and doing something crazy. We got to talk to them. You got to let your kids know. You got to let your family members know we're not going to tolerate that. Unless you're a part of it. Unless you one of those. Somebody said it's a difference between parents and people got kids. They say there's a difference between parents and people who just have kids. And a lot of y'all want to be them buddy parents. A lot of y'all want to be the buddy parent. Y'all didn't have no parents, or y'all didn't have a buddy system, or y'all was upset how y'all parents were strict on y'all, and y'all grew up and y'all wanted to be the buddy. Then when it's time for you to be the parent, they laughing at you. They talking back to you. They challenging you because they don't see you as a parent. They see you as a buddy. And y'all got to stop that. Some things you can't, some things take a community effort. Y'all can't wait till the kids get out here and get out of hand, then talk about y'all need some help. I need some help. The kids need help. I don't know what to do. But you done waited too late. You done buddied them up. And then when they got old enough to challenge you, they looked at you like you was like they buddy. You was letting them stay up all night watching the movies with them on the streaming service. You was trying to be their friend. You wasn't putting no discipline on them. I always tell people the easiest way to set discipline when it comes to kids is give them a bedtime. Work everything around the bedtime. Everybody got to be asleep by 10 o'clock. See, when you do that, now you can see where your authority at. Because if you say they got to be asleep by 10 o'clock and they up and they ain't listening, then you know what you got to do. You got to work on it. But if you don't got no bedtime, you can't judge it. You can't judge who hard-headed till it's too late. Because you want to stay up all night with them, eating ice cream. Sitting around the house like a bump on the, you probably taking care of the bills, you probably clothing them, but you're not teaching them discipline. So now when it's out of hand, you want to reach out to the community. I don't know what to do, okay? But we need preventative help. We need to get ahead of this by making sure that there's some discipline inside these homes. Because once it get out on the street, whatever you release out on the street from the house, sometimes you can't help. Sometimes it's hard to help it. So we need everybody to do their part. Everybody do a little. Nobody got to do a lot. The Tory Lowe Truth Walk Against Violence is Saturday, July 12th. We want everybody on the front lines. We want all the families to come out at 9 a.m. to 12. It's going to be a great time. We want to network. If you got ideas, get out in the front lines. Don't be trying to show up with the paperwork like I got this great plan. Nah. Get out here and let's work and then incorporate ideas. It's a difference. When you're doing the work, then we just adding on to the work. Some of y'all just want to come with a piece of paper and say, hey, look, I got this bright idea, but that's actually disrespectful to those that are on the front lines because you're ignoring what they're doing. So instead of adding to what they're doing, you're just trying to come and try to do what you're doing. And a lot of people already got their hands full. So they need a helping hand. So come and get them a helping hand. And then while you giving them a helping hand, they could add your ideas to what's already happening in. Understand what I'm saying? I hope it makes sense. But I want to open up the lines. I got a question of the day. I tried to get it in early, but sometimes the question of the day get neglected, DJ Brother Z. We're going to try to stand on the question of the day from here on out. But the question of the day is if you had to grade yourself on life, things like your ability to take action, your ability to maintain a fulfilling lifestyle, to make effective decisions that, you have to make on a day-to-day basis, what grade would you give yourself? What grade would you give yourself? A, B, C, D, question of the day. If you had to grade yourself on life, what grade would you give yourself right now? And a lot of people might come in and say, I got an A++. I ain't even got an A++. And I'm trying to solve everything. I'm right at a B+. A B+ with because I listed it, I said, okay, I got the A for action. And I got an A for making effective decisions, but maintaining a fulfilling lifestyle is where I got to get the B+, DJ Brother Z. I'm out here running. I ain't getting no sleep. I can't give me an A for that. I can't get an A for that because I'm still struggling to get that together. I'm on the front lines. It's hard. It's random. But when they say fulfilling, that means I'm thinking you going on vacation. Maybe when I start going on vacation and taking some rest, I'll move that B+ up to an A. So I can't really get the A because I ain't going on vacations. I ain't getting no rest. So I ain't complaining either. Sometimes your mission is the mission. If the mission's impossible, so be it. But at the end of the day, that's just a lifestyle. My lifestyle is work. I'm working right now. So when I get to the point where I can get some vacations in there, I'll move it up to an A. But other than that, 833-212-1017. Talk to text 833-212-1017. Or if you're in the chat, let me know what would you give yourself if you had to grade yourself on life according to action, lifestyle, and decisions. Hit me up. 833-212-1017. Talk to text 833-212-1017. Now you see the lines, the lines are starting out slow. The lines are starting out slow, but if I'd have told you to grade Donald Trump on his first 100 days, lines would have been lit. But when it's about you, you don't know what to do. Hey, look, we go ahead to the lines. Who we got on the lines, DJ Brother Z? Brother Love. You on the new 101.7 The Truth. How you doing, Brother Love?
Hey, happy Wednesday, Kilo, man.
How you doing? Happy Wednesday, Brother Love.
Good. I'm good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, Brother Love, if you had to grade yourself on life, what grade on your life thus far, what grade would you give yourself?
I give myself an A+.
Okay, and why? When it comes to action, when it comes to lifestyle, when it comes to decision making.
I give myself an A+ because I give my all. Mm-hmm. I give my all and I give my best despite, you know what I'm saying, despite the situation and circumstances. I give my all and I try my best. I give myself an A+.
That's what's up. So,
yes.
So because you done tried your best all the way through your whole life. You gave it your best.
And I'm not afraid of failure. Yes, and even if I fail, I'm going to do like a little. If first you don't succeed, try again. Yes.
That's
try
what's
again.
up.
Okay, God bless you, brother.
If you fall 1,000,000 times and you get up every time, that's still a battle. You still fighting.
Yes, sir.
That sounded powerful, Brother Love.
All right.
All right. A+ on life for Brother Love. 833-212-1017. Talk to text. 833-212-1017. Let me head over to the chat. What? Mo the Elephant says a U-. What? If you alive, you at least at a C. If you living, a U- meaning that you just engaged, you just laying down, you ain't trying to do nothing. You ain't trying to do nothing. 833-212-1017. And this is the point I've been trying to prove, that when we talk about self, ideas, we don't drive into that. We want to listen to how people do it, But when it comes to ideas on the mainstream, then, and this is where we got to get back to. We got to get back to the neighborhood. We got to get back to ourselves and doing things and empowering ourselves and being resources for each other. And that's why I ask these kind of questions, These are powerful questions. It's about, it ain't about nothing but you. And I love it. I love talking about it. If you had to grade yourself on life when it came to taking action, lifestyle, decisions, decision-making, what grade would you give yourself? We got Flo on the lines. How you doing, Flo?
I'm doing fine.
Blessings, Queen.
All I need to say is everything that I've been through, I would give myself a B+.
Mm-hmm.
I went through a lot. I've been married 3 times. I went through a lot with those 3 marriages. I lost the man that I was married to. The 3rd marriage, I lost him. And I pulled myself up to the point right now that I have a 7-point-something credit score. I own a home. I own a car. I'm doing a whole lot of things by myself, and I found a man now that I can live with that's helping me to do better than I was before.
Powerful.
So I give myself a B+.
That sounded powerful, Flo. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's always good to take an evaluation of, and I always say it's always room for improvement. That's why I say I'm at a B+ too. I need to start taking vacation time.
Well, I do those too.
Well, you may have to help me out. You may have to send me a vacation package, a good vacation package, Flo.
Well, I'm getting ready to go to Laughlin, Nevada in July.
That sounded powerful. Well, I appreciate you for answering the question of the day, Flo, and thank you for being honest. That's what's up. You know what I mean? Because I'll tell you this: if we understand the dynamics and the things that we had to go through in life, we going to make mistakes. When you grading papers, that don't mean you have to be perfect on the paper. We were taught that we had to get all A's and stuff like that. But I'll tell you this: nobody gonna hand you a blueprint to life. Nobody is going to say, this is exactly what you got to do in life. Sometimes you got to learn, and you got to make sure that you take the lessons and add it and implement some of the wisdom that you get from living life. And this is why I try to tell people, many times it's easier to see the blight in somebody else's life, but when it comes to your own life, we don't want to see that blight. And I take great pride in not making the same mistake over and over again. I'll say, okay, if I have an incident or where something happens, I won't let it continue. I'll try to change the direction or add a different strategy every time so I can improve. And that's what life is all about. That's it. That's it. That's all it is. It's trying to get to one end of the earth to the other, one corner to the other, from A to B. And this is not just about just being a color or a race. This is just self-improvement. This is just, everybody has to do this. Everybody in the world has to grow up and have self-improvement. Now, what I've seen is more people have more traditional-based ideas as a base or a moral base to spring from. Then you got some people that have to find it all out on their own. They didn't get a moral base. They don't have traditional ideas. They're just trying to figure it all out. So depending on your perception, we all got to try to, add the improvements. And this is where we got to be right now in 2025, making sure that we're under the idea that we have to make sure that we do what we can to make the adjustments. And that's it. I like having these type of conversations on the air because I'm an advocate, and many times when I see people and deal with things, I always say, okay, how can we make it better? How can we make improvements? How can we make sure that this doesn't happen again? Because, okay, what happened, happened. But what is the strategy to move forward? That's what I'm about. That's what I love about dealing with my people, dealing with other races, dealing with other cultures. How can we make it better? How can we get on the best, get the best outcomes? Hey, look, when we come back, we got Eddie on the lines. Here we go. We got Eddie calling in. When we come back, we'll have more conversation, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It's Dr. Ken Harris, and you can watch me now live on YouTube every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m., and you can watch the best radio show in Wisconsin by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Watch me explore the issues which are shaping our community while also having fun discussions, pop culture, current events, all kind of stuff going on right here on YouTube right now by subscribing to 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk is now streaming live on YouTube.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Need to look sharp for graduation? You need
the $100 hookup.
Want to get decked out for prom? Get the
$100 hookup.
An incredible deal that includes a marvelous suit, shirt, and tie, all for $100. Only at Nick Avani's, home of the
$100 hookup.
And that isn't limited to some standard stock suit. You'll be pleased by the top quality and variety of fashion offered at Nick Avani's. Get hooked up today at Nick Avani's in Mayfair Mall and at nickavanis.com.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years. From their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee, their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
All she want is love, but she know that love hurts. No telling about what it was if we both put in the work. This shit ain't built on trust, and I trust, but I still learn. When you get it out the mud on my name, you can't throw no dirt.
Truth Nation. Now it's your chance to be our one call. That's all Gruber 5K entry winner for today. That's
One
right.
call,
You'll be entered in.
that's all.
That's why you'll be entered in to win our $5,000 giveaway courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. Be caller number 10 right now at 833-212-1017, and you'll be entered in to win the Gruber Law Office $5,000 giveaway right here on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Again, the number is 833-212-1017. And remember, if you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, contact Gruber Law Offices today. Visit them at gruber-law.com for official contest rules. Visit 1017thetruth.com. Once again, caller number 10 will be entered in to win our 5K giveaway. You'll be entered in to win $5,000. Hey. Money, 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 money. What they saying in the chat? Oh, Mo the Elephant says, Tory, the day I decided to take a day off to celebrate my birthday, I get into an accident and spent over $1,000. Oh, happy birthday and sorry for the unfortunate incident. Thank God that you're in the chat, that you know, whatever harm was done to you wasn't crippling. And whatever is going on, I wish that it turns around in a mighty way. Mo the Elephant, and happy birthday to you. Jeff says, I would grade myself a solid B. A B, which is great. Sincere says, I give myself a C. A C for change. A C for chance and change. A C for chance and change. I got that. I see what you did right there. Eddie, you're on the new 101.7 The Truth. Tap in.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Good day, Tory. How you doing today?
Hey, how you doing, brother Eddie?
I'm doing okay. I'm just painting a door. Just painting a door for somebody.
It's raining out. Hold on, it's raining. Oh, you inside?
Tory,
okay, I got you.
I'm inside. I knew that was going to happen.
No, I just was saying. I'm not going to call you out. I'm just saying you painting every day now. Either you painting the ceiling, or you painting the wall, or you painting the door.
That's right. Tory, I'm a working class guy. You know, I'm a blue collar guy. I'm the kind of guy who helped build this country, Tory. There's nothing wrong with that. A good tradesman can make good money, more than some doctors and lawyers,
You're
Tory.
Right. I'm not going to push
the
back.
work's out there. If you have a little incentive, a little motivation, a nice smile, and some sincerity, people will trust you. And you go out and you promise them something, you give them what you promised, your name will get around, everything will be good for the most part. The only problem I'm having is a lot of these gals, Tory, who hired me to paint, quite frankly, become attracted to me. So it's a little heartbreaking, you know, like I'm some kind of painting gigolo with the hair and everything. He paints, he jokes around. He'll do anything. You know, look at his long hair and his sassy mouth. I'm sure if I hit on him, he'll go for it. It's just I just can't do it, Tory. The liability's too big, you know. And
you can't.
Husbands.
It's a rule, golden rule. Never mess around where you work.
I never. And I'm going to tell you something. You know, when I was younger, Tory, I was built like a solo flex hat. I looked like a gymnast, Tory. And women were hitting on me in droves. I can't say it enough. I know some people will be like, bull crap. And now Zach's going to put that picture up. Damn it. So anyway, I would say no.
I don't think you
I
got
would
the
say
picture.
no. Oh, thank God. But I would say no because, you know, let's be honest about it. The 5 minutes of fun, 5 minutes, that's not right. The 3 minutes of fun isn't going to be worth all the gossip and drama and the bad feelings when I see them at the grocery store, at Starbucks, right? I don't want the drama. It's not worth it. So every time it happened, every time I said no. And some of these women were beautiful.
Well, now you got the picture.
Outstanding. But, oh, damn it. You know what? I'm asking, I'm demanding.
You brought it up.
You know what? I want a decent picture. This is bull.
Eddie.
I want a decent. Tory,
I want you to send
I want a decent.
I want you to send a picture to the Talk the Text.
No, I'm coming down there. I'm coming down there with Winky Blue.
Okay, yeah.
You can take
That's
the
what's
pics
up.
from that. I'm going to look great. And I don't know who expanded that. Was it AI or did Zach get on some kind of program to expand my gut? My gut is not that big.
No, I don't.
My
This
gut's
came
not
from
that
the
big.
podcast. This came from your debut on the podcast.
Somebody altered it with all this AI going on. Who knows? I don't even know if that's me, Tory. That could be some kind of robot or something. I don't know. But I'm going to come down there.
Well, before we get into that, I got the question of the day, Eddie. If you could grade yourself on life, how would you score your ability to take action, lifestyle, and decision making?
Okay. I would say as a straight, white, heterosexual, conservative, Republican male, I have taken action by doing stuff like being on your show, being on the podcast, pissing.
You don't show up to none of the
people all
events. You don't show up to none of the events for 5 years.
Tory.
We've not seen you at any event, so I don't know about the action thing.
Tory,
we
I told
boots
you
on the ground.
I told you I almost got twerked to death. I told you that. You don't want to believe me. I was at Juneteenth. There were bullets flying. I saw Liz's daughter grab somebody who got shot. I left. They were screaming things about the color of my skin. And so let me just answer the question, Tory.
Somebody said, why your card is not... Somebody on the Talk to Text line says, why... Ask Eddie why his card is not in the hood to help blacks.
What? Oh, let me answer that. He's talking about my business card, right?
Yeah.
They're talking about my business card.
Are you paying the houses in the hood?
Yeah. Okay. Let me answer this. I just had a conversation earlier this morning with a contractor. Guys are afraid to go into the hood. I am not afraid. I understand. Listen, I could give you numbers of black customers I've had. And they would say, yeah, he did come to my house, he gave me a bid, or he came to my house and he painted. So here's the story. These guys are afraid to come in from like Ozaukee County, Waukesha County, and leave their trucks. And I've seen it happen. I mean, I got a couple of friends who got smashed, got robbed and beaten and stuff. So a lot of guys don't want to deal with that. But I refuse to feel intimidated. So if I want to take a house on 24th and Center, I'm going to take the house on 24th and Center. The issue I have is a lot of the houses are rental properties, and nobody's going to pay you standard of the trade wages. So a side of a house, let's say $3,000 or $4,000 to paint a side of a house. They want a guy who paints the side of the house for $500. And so the money really isn't there. It's in River Hills, it's in Mequon, it's in Fox Point, Bayside, Whitefish Bay, Glendale, Shore. That's where the money is.
So you said I'm
a grown man. I can't.
So you said the owners of the homes on the north side don't want to pay your fee.
Well, some of them, and a lot of them are owned by landlords, and they're not going to pay a guy like me $16,000 to paint the house. They want to find some guy who will do it for $10 or $12 an hour. That's not me, Tory. I mean, I'm a man. I'm making a wage here. I'm older than you are, Tory. I mean, I look younger. But I'm older than you are, Tory.
All right. Damn. Well, answer the question of the day, Eddie, before we go to break. The question of the day, what if you had to grade yourself in life and the criteria is through action, through lifestyle, through decision-making, what grade would you give yourself?
Okay, I'm going to break this into two. As a straight, white, heterosexual, conservative, Republican male, I would say I give myself a solid A because none of the other guys like me have enough guts to go on your radio show, to get on a podcast, to go someplace and actually say what they really think and feel. They cover and they tell people what they want to hear, so they're not socially ostracized.
So that's effective. So you're saying that's an effective decision making?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is it?
Or is it taking action?
I'm taking action. That's taking action.
No, you got to get out on the ground.
Let me say this too.
This is an advocacy show. You got to get out here. If you don't put no skin in the game on the streets, Eddie, this year, it's not good. You've been on the airwaves. You got to come outside. You got to get something done. Even if it's one or two things, you got to come out to one of these call to actions, Eddie. Then I'll totally understand.
I told you at dinner, if we get familiar with each other, I'm going to start liking you. And let me point this out. When I used to come on the show before we had dinner together, I was kind of a bastard. Let's be honest about it. And I
hold on, you had to pay up.
I know.
You lost the bet.
I know. I understand.
And matter of fact, it was Michael Mattioli, the trial of Michael Mattioli. You said that he was going under. He didn't go under. And you bet me and Nikki that you would pay for dinner, and we had to chase you down to get the dinner.
That is a lie. I asked Zach. I was calling and calling. Zach knows I was calling and calling. But let me say this. Are you cutting me off? Sorry, am I getting cut off?
Eddie.
Oh, God.
Eddie.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
All right.
Thanks.
All right, when we come back, we'll be joined on the line by advocate Arthur Elizabeth Brown. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I've got to share that I am also a beneficiary of the Old National Bank Empowerment Loan Program. So, Tracy, with that being said, what is the Empowerment Loan Program?
Great. Well, the Empowerment Loan Program is a special purpose loan program that we launched 2 years ago. It has been a success. It was something near and dear to the heart of not only our chairman and CEO, but just our organization as a whole. We work with contractors, consulting firms, retail food operations, daycares. In fact, so far, we've approved $50 million of loans to minority and women-owned businesses within a 2-year period.
And for those that are now leaning more into this conversation, what's the best way to get in contact with you as part of their interest in the Empowerment Loan Program?
I'm going to give you my cell phone number to the listeners. It's 414-687-7393. And if that doesn't work, feel free to reach me at my email, tracy.meeks@oldnational.com.
Tracy Meeks, Senior Vice President, Community Lending Market Executive from Old National Bank.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Here is Tory Lowe with his truth.
As I reflect on my journey, I'm reminded of God's blessings and guidance. I've been fortunate enough to accomplish some remarkable feats, including walking 750 miles from Milwaukee to Washington, D.C. in honor of the Civil Rights Movement. I also walked against violence from Milwaukee to Chicago and back for 7 consecutive years. My feet are still recovering, but my spirit remains strong. I've been privileged to advocate for victims of police brutality, search for missing persons, and participate in numerous protests. Last year, I was honored to visit the White House with my colleagues from 1017 The Truth to discuss pressing issues in the Black community with the Biden administration. Throughout my broadcasting career, I've received several First Place Wisconsin Broadcast Association awards for the Tory Lowe Show. I've also had the opportunity to be part of ESPN 94.5's Packer pregame show at Lambeau Field. As I look back, I am grateful for the incredible journey. Salute to my brothers and sisters on the front lines. And thank you for your tireless efforts and dedication. We're in this together, and I could not have done anything without the love and support of my community. I want to remind you to keep pushing forward, stay vigilant, keep your head on a swivel. Green don't always mean go, and look both ways before you cross the street. And always look out for one another. In 2025, we still got a lot of work to do. God bless you, and I love you.
This has been Truth Takes on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Tory Lowe Show weekdays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. The music industry is still trying to figure out how to grapple with AI. Some artists say it helps them streamline the creative process, but others are worried about how easy it might be to create fakes. Grammy Award-winning producer Timbaland, for one, says he thinks AI is a useful tool for artists. He's not worried about AI replacing producers like him, even if the tech is able to mimic his sound.
He's never going to give you me unless you know how I think. You know, everybody takes that great.
You know what I'm saying? There are people that make stuff, but they like to make music, but it ain't good music.
In fact, the thing Timbaland is most worried about is how AI could discourage collaboration. He told Bloomberg that as much as he thinks AI would have been helpful during his hit-making heyday, the connections he made with other artists is way more important to him.
The reason why I'm glad that it wasn't back then, because it wouldn't allow me to collaborate with people. If it was available back then, it would have been like me and the machine.
I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Sneim. The Milwaukee Brewers won their third game in a row over the Boston Red Sox on Tuesday night. This one by a final score of 5-1 in walk-off fashion.
Pitch to him. Fly ball deep right. It's going to win the game. Abreu's going back and watching it sail. It's a grand slam. Oh, my goodness, Christian Yelich.
With the win, the Brewers improved to 28-28 on their season. Over to the NBA, where the Indiana Pacers have now taken a commanding 3-1 lead over the New York Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. They win on Tuesday night, this one by a final score of 130-121. And tonight, the Thunder will look to stamp their ticket to the NBA Finals as they lead the Timberwolves 3-1. That tip-off tonight is set for 7:30. The Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
It's the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I be stressing, I be overthinking. I'm my biggest critic. I be tripping. Gotta remind myself sometimes that I'm that. If you can make 10,000, you can make 50, then 100, then a ticket. Not G Herbo, it's no limit. Need a quarter B, that was my goal after 10 million. Went from broken jail to free and rich, I don't know that feeling. Ain't pick up my phone, but calling me, you tripping. Don't ask no why I hit y'all, cause she was with it. They can risk blinded.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. Joining me on the lines is advocate author Elizabeth Brown. How you doing, Queen?
Salute, King. Happy Hump Day.
Hey, happy Hump Day. Happy Wednesday.
That part.
Now, we've been on the show. We've been talking. I got a question of the day. I want to ask you the question of the day. If you had to grade yourself on the life that you have and the decision-making, the actions you've taken, and the lifestyle, what grade would you give yourself?
Probably a C+. A C+.
For change.
Because, again, I'm a work in progress still. I'm better. I've learned that I'm better helping others. Like, I faced a lot of, the trauma and stuff, but just getting used to growing, what I'm saying, is tough. So I say a C+ because I'm still, I don't have my PhD in me yet, so I'm still going to school for me because for a long time I was everything for everybody else, and now I'm just truly starting to be everything to myself. You know what I'm saying? So everything is pretty much new right now. You know what I'm saying? Getting to the root of who Liz Brown truly is, not who I am to my daughter, to my mother, you know what I'm saying, but who Liz Brown is to Liz Brown, because I represented for the world and everybody else for so long that I think I'm now, trying to get acclimated in what I represent for me on a personal level. So
getting involved with the inner.
Absolutely. Trying to not only, get in tune, but stay in tune, because for so long, when you done been through a lot of trauma and stuff in your life, you become in love with the pain. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so if you in love with the pain, if you, used to certain things, then a lot of times you find yourself going against the grain because, again, that's not your norm. The norm, like your spidey senses is going off for the negativity instead of the positivity. So you have to auto check, what I'm saying, all the time because it's like, no, I'm not in that situation no more. That ain't who I am right now. That's who I used to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
but
that's
at the
growth.
same time, physically, my body reacts. What's that saying that I tell you all the time, that what's good to you don't be good for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That might feel good in the moment because that's when you were broken, and your body might long for that, but your spirit have evolved, because when you do what it is that feels good to you, physically, spiritually, it don't set well with your soul. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I'll say a C+.
And I'll say this, everybody is growing. And I tell people all the time, like,
absolutely.
I was telling some young men, I said, you got to consistently find ways to grow. And that's growing up is always a process. It's nothing to tear down.
Absolutely.
It's nothing to destroy.
Not at all.
But to grow healthy, wiser, stronger, that's an ongoing process that never ends.
Yes.
Never ending.
To become better. If you're doing it right. Again, comfortability is death. Anytime you're feeling comfortable, it's time to shift. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times, too, when you have been pushed your whole life to, excel at the highest, we are our own worst critics. We've been told to be 10 times better. We've always had to go hard. You know what I'm saying? We always had to put on, become somebody different to get something. You know what I'm saying? Like that false narrative to strip away everything that they told you because it was a damn lie. You understand? And to recognize that is really a mental breakdown in itself, because it's like, okay, so who am I outside of everything that they told me I was and everything that I represented to be, now that I'm presently in because I'll be 49 in November. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to recognize the fact that I'm not who I used to be. I'm no longer answering to the things that used to trigger me, that was easy to pull me in. Again, everything they told us, if somebody called your mama, you got to represent and show them certain things. And in reality, that was the wrong thing to tell us. That was the wrong example to give us. If a person can control your actions, then you're not in control. You know what I'm saying? Like, your superpower is your ability to stand 10 toes down on who you are and not who people tell you are. When you stop answering to the people that's calling you the old person and you start answering for the person who you are today, is how you know that you're on the right path. Do it feel good? Hell no. Because when you've lived a certain way for so long, it's going to be uncomfortable. The truth only irritates the lie. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so if you've been living a lie this whole time, because, again, the program was for us to live the lie so everybody else could benefit but us. You know what I'm saying? So in reality, when you start to see who you truly are to yourself, then everything else take care of itself. And like I said, we all have some form of addictions or attachments to things that no longer serve us. And so I would just say, take it a day at a time and understand that in this life, there is no such thing as perfect. When we know better, we do better. And when you're doing better don't always mean that it feels good. From the way you eat to the way you think to the way you talk to the way you walk, when you start to get that confidence in yourself, your aura walks in the room before you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the aura that you have, because a lot of times we get caught up in the perception that other people have of us, and we go off of that. So I'm getting comfortable in my own skin and being who I am, and understanding that what's inside of me changes what's around me. So if I feel good, if I look good, you know what I'm saying? If I make sure that the things around me is where they're supposed to be, then life around me and the people around me starts to get better. When you start to elevate yourself, either people rise with you or they fall off. Either way, it works good in my favor because there is no bad lessons in life. Like I said, if you change anything, you change everything. And I am the woman I am because of everything that happened, whether it was good, bad, or in between, you know?
Hey.
I wouldn't change none of that. So
All
it's
right.
about acceptance
Hey,
now.
look, that's sounding powerful, Elizabeth Brown.
Absolutely. It's a
Sounding
powerful
powerful.
time.
Hey, look, when we get back, I'm gonna need to get your final thoughts on the show today. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is Sherwin Hughes from The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. And Truth Nation, you can now watch my show live on YouTube every day from 9 a.m. until noon. Yep, you can get 3 full hours of watching Sherwin doing his thing streaming live on YouTube Monday through Friday. You'll get the same insightful conversations about policy, politics, and lifestyle while also seeing my reaction to the unpredictability of our listeners. So go to YouTube right now and subscribe to 1017 The Truth and see this wonderful smile live every day.
It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. There's no better time to upgrade your windows and doors than right now because you can get up to 6 years of 0% financing at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Yes, no interest for up to 72 months and the full Pella experience is always included. That means the Pella team is with you from start to finish. They don't disappear after the work is done. Set up your free in-home consultation. You commit to nothing at this point. A Pella design expert will listen to your vision and then present the different colors, sizes, and customizations needed to make that vision a reality. It can feel overwhelming to consider what feels like limitless possibilities, but Pella's design team can help narrow those options down for you to create that dream upgrade. Hurry! Get 0% financing for up to 6 years. Certain restrictions apply, and the deal ends May 31st, 2025. So visit PellaWI.com today.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Ready to join the fun? With Girl Scouts Extended Year Membership from Girl Scouts,
you can sign up by June 30th and get up to 18 months of adventure through September 30th, 2026.
Girls starting kindergarten or first grade in 2025 will also receive 3 Get Ready with Girl Scouts activity books.
Featuring games, crafts, and stories the whole family will love, for free. Plus, you'll even get a special gift from the Girl Scouts. Join today and get ready to grow, explore, and shine with Girl Scouts.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
For general contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, if you're looking for a new school for your kindergarten through 8th grade student, I have the right place for you. Have you heard of Milwaukee College Prep? For nearly 3 decades, MCP has been removing unfair barriers for children in Milwaukee. At MCP, they support the entire child. They offer pre-K, mental health services, nutritional support, intervention services, and after-school programs. This in addition to the character-first approach to learning. And most importantly, your child will receive a high-quality education as every MCP campus earned a 4-star rating. Exceeds expectations on the 2023-24 DPI report cards. To set up a visit with your child, go to MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com. That's MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com. Also calling all Black Black-owned business owners and entrepreneurs. Are you looking for a space to share your story and grow your reach? We have teamed up with Associated Bank for our Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, 4 lucky business owners will win an opportunity to spotlight their brand and journey right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. To set up your business spotlight interview, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC. Elizabeth Brown. Hey, let me get your final thoughts on the show today.
I mean, as always, powerful. It's a powerful time, King, and we're growing. Anything that you didn't get right yesterday, you can get right today. I'm a true believer that it's not where it started, it's where it's at. And I think for a long time, we've been bamboozled and hoodwinked to believe that a person can't change, that we shouldn't ask questions, even though I didn't ask questions 5 years ago, that I shouldn't ask questions today. No. Right. That's all in learning. I think it's a teaching moment. I think it's a teaching time. And I think we should be giving ourselves leverage to a point where, or compassion, to a point where it don't matter what yesterday was. It's what you do today. How do you change what tomorrow look like? Start today, just with how you think about yourself. Because again, the more you pour into yourself, the more the things around you start to get better. A positive mind leads to positive results. And I'm a true believer in that. Even in the worst of times, sometimes you have to ask yourself, if you keep coming in contact with the same people, you have to ask yourself, what did you learn? If this person is still coming around, that means you didn't get the lesson. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you keep drawing the same people, it ain't them, it's you. So it's time to autocorrect what's going on with you that continue to draw the same people in the same places and things. So when you change your mind, again, like I said, you change your life. And I think, for a long time, they taught us to look outside of ourselves, but it's when you go inside is when you change everything on the outside. And I mean, today's show is just as powerful as any other show every day of the week, because again, together we're getting better. So salute to you. Salute the Truth Nation. And DJ Brother Z, I just love you to death. I love how you, Mr. Sandman Eddie, because, yeah, he be all over the place. But, I mean, we working, King, and I'm here for it. Hey. So let's get it.
All right, Queen. Well, look, I appreciate you, and we love you, and we always understand that when the Queen is involved, we can help better the future of tomorrow. When the queens are in line, when the kings and the queens are in line, the brighter the future is. And we appreciate
and we better together.
Hey.
Absolutely. Hey, it's all love, King.
Hey, look, once again, we got a lot of work to do, Elizabeth Brown.
Hey, you already know I'm here for it. Let's get it.
Hey, and I appreciate you for being on the front lines as usual. I'll talk to you soon. All right, DJ Brother Z.
All right, Queen. All right, turn it up for one fellas. Green donuts, we go. Let's get it.
All right, look, tomorrow we got the Maxwell Anderson trial going on for the murder of Sade Robinson. We're going to give everybody an update tomorrow on what took place or what's taking place. Hey, look, keep your head on a swivel. Green don't always mean go, and look both ways before you cross the streets. I love you. Dr. Ken Harris up next.
I don't switch up, I just laugh. Put my kicks up on they desk, unaffected by they threats. Then get busy on they. See, that's how that shit tell me, man. That's how my daddy raised.
All right, everybody in the chat.
Be safe.
If
you are my homeboy, you never